Oh, and hello everybody.
Hi.
Welcome. Let's get some music going.
Okay.
I think they'll be able to hear this. I see some audio going. Chaos Cultist will tell us in a moment. Hello everybody and welcome to today's Hobby Night live stream. I know it's been a while since we've streamed here on the main channel, and especially since we've streamed any hobby stuff, because I've kind of put that a little bit on hold because of the move. But I made an exception because today I have a very, very special guest. This is Meg from the Hobby Collab.
Hi.
You guys should all go check out her channel. She does awesome stuff with her partner and a couple other people, and they play AOS and they paint miniatures, and you should go check them out. But today I've stolen her to have her come over and paint some Battletech with me. We're gonna paint some big robots, guys. Are you excited? Because I am extremely excited. Let me, I'm gonna minimize this just so that it's, okay, there we go. I couldn't see the bottom of chat. Hello everybody in chat, by the way. You guys are awesome. You're very active and we love to see it. So we're gonna paint some Battletech today. We sound good? Perfecto. Let's switch over. We can take a look at what Meg's prepped. She has a big boy. I think this is one of the super heavies.
Shoot. What is this thing called again?
Timberwolf.
Timberwolf.
Okay, perfect.
I remembered.
Shit. I didn't look up what mine was called. I
had so many plans of grandeur to like come prepared. Like, here's all the lore behind my robot. Nothing. I was busy.
Exactly. And here's the one that I'm going to be working on. I've actually also pre-prepped mine with some, I think I just primed it in white and then put a black wash over. I've had this thing prepped for ages.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and start on it today. Today is a very casual hangout stream. And you guys, if you have any questions for us, if you want to chat about hobby, if you want to tell us about your Battletech mechs, please absolutely do. We've got chat open and we are excited to see you guys. Also, hello to Havman and Digs Outdoors, Telos, Super Ready, Slink. Hello everybody. Christopher. You guys are awesome. There's so many of you here. It's a Thunderbolt? Perfect. Okay. Thank you guys. I have a fun idea for this Thunderbolt that has nothing to do with clouds or thunder. We're going to be using some Croxagore scales, which is a really beautiful teal color tone, and then I'm going to pair it with my all-time favorite color, purple. So let's go ahead and get started. I love what you've done with yours, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that bright, like neon green, yellow combo.
Yeah, I actually got this at KublaCon.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
that was recent, right?
It was
like
super
Anime
recent.
Weekend, so May.
Right.
Yeah, it was the same weekend. It overlapped.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't there.
Right.
Carlos, thank you so much for the $5. You were awesome.
Thanks.
The clan is a heavy Omni mech. You have an Inner Sphere Thunderbolt mech and the heavy class mech. It's also heavy class. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So we both have heavy mechs. Yours is just bigger than mine, and I'm jealous.
Sit on yours.
Ooh,
Crush it.
hot. I mean, I'm into that.
I think it's fine.
Exactly.
I can get into a little sitting on a face with a robot, I guess.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Justin, not much. We are here painting some Battletech mechs and having a grand old time. I think I'm just gonna coat the entire thing in this teal to start us off with.
I'm gonna do something similar. Yeah, because I want to do your like.
Yeah, to like, wash all over
with
to
the contrast, get the panels lined.
Yeah,
and then, and I'm looking at this blue and I'm kind of like, I don't want to do blue anymore. So I'm gonna actually switch to green.
Oh yes, and I have actually a bunch of other greens in the other room if we need to go grab them.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
This is great. I kind of have a plan here. I bought these really bright AK colors not long ago, and then I had a plan for them, and then we started our channel and we needed armies. So, now they're going to be used for my Battletech.
Heck yeah.
My Timberwolf. Yeah, I went to KublaCon. I got this mech in a airbrushing class. And,
ooh, that's fun. I've done a little bit of airbrushing.
Great, now I can play Battletech. How do you play it?
How do you, well, with some time.
Yeah.
You need some time for this game. Unless you're playing Alpha Strike does play a little faster, and if you...
Right.
You know what? I actually don't know, because I don't play AOS very much. Does AOS currently play, or are you familiar if it plays at all like 40k does? With, like, it's... I know the movement and all of that stuff is relatively the same, but I think they've changed it, right? Haven't they?
I mean,
Am I crazy?
Are you asking me
I'm asking whether or not AOS is similar enough to 40K so that if she's familiar with AOS, would Alpha Strike be familiar enough? Oh my gosh, somebody
like it.
just gifted memberships and
Oh my
we
gosh.
just got
Thank
a
you,
bunch of
Soups.
people.
Soups is one of mine.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Soups.
claim Soups. As
Okay,
mine.
that's
He
absolutely
belongs to me.
Thank you know that's I accept this. I accept this completely and thank you Soup so much for the gifted membership.
You can borrow him anytime you want.
I would love to.
Yeah.
He seems like a delightful person.
He's delightful. That's a good word for Soups.
Yeah, delightful.
And
Good.
hello, Chris. I saw Chris was in chat.
Yay!
Good to see you.
It's lovely to see everybody, both from my chat and
Yeah.
the Hobby Collabs chat,
Guys,
hanging
be
out,
nice, make friends.
mingle, share your ideas and thoughts with each other.
Shoot the shit.
Shoot the shit, exactly. Exactamundo.
Yeah,
Just like we're going to be doing.
exactly. I'm gonna do Seattle Seahawks colors. Those of you who are sports ball fans might know who they are.
Nice.
They have these amazing lime green uniforms that they're so, I feel like, divisive because they're garish. They're like the most
I love
garish
that
uniforms.
word.
Yeah.
That is how I like to paint things, is garishly. Genuinely, I love bright colors and I love making things look kind of atrocious
Like
with their
crazy?
color schemes. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things to do. You know, I actually don't know if I've looked at the Seattle Seahawks like color scheme, but I feel based on your description, I would actually really like it.
Yeah, like the whole uniform is this color essentially.
That's
Like-
awesome.
There would be a million pro wrestling outfits you would realize were references.
To the Seahawks.
Oh.
Yeah, especially because pro wrestlers from Seattle love to wear their colors
Okay.
when they're in the playoffs.
Oh, you know what? Now that you say that, I do
Green
recall.
and Daniel especially.
Yeah, I was gonna say I recall a couple of people doing that, and now that you say it, I do think it may have been Seahawks colors based on like what I remember of some of those outfits. So that's cool. I mean, that's not really that surprising to me. Pro wrestlers do that all the time.
John, you've been looking forward to this stream. That's cool. I'm glad you're here.
Absolutely, and he's one of my regulars.
Yeah, he's yours.
Yes, he is mine.
You let me borrow him.
I do. I do.
Happy to have him.
I am actually like, so I've played a little bit of classic Battletech and I actually really
Right.
like it. It's a slower game, in that it's a slower game.
Sure.
There's just a lot more that I think.
just slower.
Well, because you're facing matters, you have a lot more charts that you're referencing, which I feel like is reminiscent
Right.
of like 3rd edition
Okay.
40K.
Because I do remember facing.
Oh,
a bit.
yay! Look, we put your little logo there.
Aw.
Nice.
Cute.
Make sure you guys go check out Hobby Collab. Look at the beautiful logo that Meg designed.
Oh, stop.
Oh, listen, I love your graphic design. It's very colorful, and I was immediately taken by
Thanks.
it.
I'm glad you like it. You know what's funny? I am not the idea person.
Yeah?
That's all my husband. My husband is like, I want this idea, and I'm like, thank you, because I cannot do stuff without a prompt. Like,
You know what? I
the
actually,
tyranny of choice.
dude, no, I understand. When I went to school for comic books, and
that's
as
right.
soon as I left that, because I no longer had my professors giving me prompts or like curriculum to do, my creativity plummeted.
I just
When it came to like trying to create my own stories. Like I was still drawing, I was still like doing that kind of stuff, but I wasn't like producing comics in the same way that I was when I was actually
Right.
active in school. And it's kind of partially why I ended up deviating into painting miniatures.
Yeah, there's
Because-
a prompt in front of you.
Yes, there's a
Like,
prompt
here,
in front
just
of me.
do it.
Yes,
You
exactly.
just pick some colors.
Yeah, I genuinely, I really do. I also just always really enjoyed the collaborative process of the idea of somebody else
Right.
designed
Yeah.
this.
I love this philosophy of yours.
Yeah, and then I get to add to it and create further art because I'm painting this cool thing that somebody else created.
Mm-hmm.
And I do really love, like, I will stand by that on my, like, it'll probably be on my tombstone.
Your tombstone. Like
That's-
Star Wars and hobbying is
It's a collaborative process,
Collaborative.
damn it. Hobbying is a collaborative process, damn it. That's what's gonna be
Yeah.
on my tombstone.
I don't know what'll be on mine. Kind of a jerk.
No, I have not gotten that from you at all. And if that's going on your tombstone, then it absolutely must go on mine too. True.
Gosh. We need
True.
to, on your tombstone, you should have like an inlay of purple.
Oh, absolutely. I think the whole thing should be purple with RGB lights.
Oh.
Yeah, I want
Very
to.
cool.
We're gonna have a dance party on my grave. Everybody's invited to my dance macabre.
I love that. I decided that I want to be shot out of a cannon.
Yeah. Oh
the
my god, that
efforts of
sounds
science.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, so it'll be really cheap for my husband's act.
Chris, okay, have you been watching The Acolyte? The new
No.
one on Disney? Okay,
No,
of
no,
course
no.
not. It's Star Wars.
It's
And then to watch Star Wars.
listen.
Talking about a spin-off prequel of a prequel about characters who are the great-grandfather of the side character from Ahsoka, who was the spin-off of the CG series from 2008.
I mean, I
get
agree.
there.
Listen, but to answer your question, Chris, I actually love it.
Yeah.
So there's one scene, and if you've watched episode 3, is it 3?
It was 3.
You'll know which scene that I'm talking about that I felt was a little cringe. But
One too many. One too many.
yeah, one too many. So other than that scene though, I actually really, really like the show and I have a theory.
Everyone does.
Everybody has a
It's
theory.
Russian.
It is. It's also Plagueis. It's Plagueis. It's Darth Plagueis.
Who's that? Is he a
So
bad
Darth
breath?
Plagueis. I'm probably pronouncing it
Plague?
Plagueis. Okay, he's a man of plagues. So Darth Plagueis is the Emperor Palpatine's master. And what his master was trying to do was achieve immortality.
As they all usually
As
are.
they all usually do. But the thing is he figured out how. And what he did is he created Anakin. So that he could then Orochimaru himself into Anakin's body and prolong his life and just keep doing that.
Isn't Anakin like
You know how he doesn't
have
have a father?
dad, and his
Yep.
mom's like, I don't know how this happened.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So in the acolyte,
Okay.
there's twins, there's twin girls who are born with no father to a coven of witches.
Ooh.
One of them ends up going Jedi and the other is going seemingly Sith. And the Sith one is currently trying to exact revenge on 4 people who wronged her when they were both young.
Yeah, no more spoilers.
I'm not going to give any more spoilers than that.
Don't worry, I won't remember.
And
More for chat.
but
more for chat. Yeah.
for
No,
you
so
guys.
more for chat. But and then all I will say beyond that is I think that the one that is potentially leaning dark side is being manipulated currently and actively by Darth Plagueis.
Okay.
Because something happens in the show that I don't want to go into details because it's relatively recent. I don't want to spoil it.
No spoilers.
But there is something that has happened that would lead me to believe that the twins would have the secret that he is looking for to achieve his goals. And I think we are following the story of how he achieves his goals. And I'm so excited to find out if that is true or not. And that's as far as I want to go because I feel like you can sue a lot from that. Plenty of people are talking about this online, but like, oh my gosh, I love it. And I think the story is really cool. And I'm very intrigued to see where it's going.
My opinion about it is that I'm very much enjoying it. It has a lot of potential. I think the people who are freaking out about it online are your standard Star Wars fans who will freak out about
Yeah.
anything that isn't like really pandery. But I do think the show has to actually land all this. There's a lot of Chekhov's guns that
Yes.
are set up in the show.
I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah. To give you some context, Meg, something that happened in episode 3 is a character did something that, by all logic and science, would not result in what the show showed happening. You know, it's one of those, like,
Yeah.
somebody kicked over a trash can and a building exploded. And
Right.
everyone blamed the person kicking over the trash can. And people are saying, like, this made no sense. The stone doesn't burn.
Something else happened.
It's the memory of like an 8-year-old girl during trauma. I don't think her memory is accurate.
Got it.
Yes.
But because they're doing an episode release, some people don't want to trust the show, also because it does have a very... It has a coven of witches, it has a lesbian pair of parents, it's focusing on 2 black girls with an Asian man. It's a quote-unquote woke show, so some people are going to be angry.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So there's nothing to please them.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, the people who are just not gonna like it are just not gonna like it. But I personally think it's amazing. Hello, the Hobby Collab. I assume that must be Zach. Hello, hello.
How are you doing, me? Oh, hey, Brett. Thanks for stopping by. Brett is another
Oh,
host
yes,
on our
he's. I was gonna say Brett's the other host on the Hobby
Oh,
Collab, so it must be
shoot.
Zach. What?
I had a gift for you and then I left it at home. Brett printed. I'll remember next time.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Brett printed a bunch of these guys. I mean, you know, not this guy, but robots.
Some robots?
Battletech robots, and I was supposed to bring them over for you.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. That's fine. We can all pick them up from you later. That sounds
My
great.
bad.
I'm just gonna show a little quick check-in with my my very teal robot. He's looking good. We're gonna do a little bit of cleanup now on him so we can apply some purple, but I'm really liking the way he's looking.
He's cool. That's a nice. It like applies really nicely.
I love contrast paint for that reason. It flows how I expect it because it functions like inks, and that's what I'm used to being a comic book person and working traditionally.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of inks.
Right.
Meg, have you seen the Fallout show?
I've seen the first 4 episodes. We're trying to take it slow.
Dude, I recommend that. It's a great show.
Yeah.
I painted up some of the miniatures recently. Look at Maximus.
Oh, I love this. I love his story.
He's the most interesting character.
So,
so
actually, by the end of the series, Maximus is the character I am most interested in seeing where he ends up next.
Happens to him.
Yeah, because like I kind of, and I'm not gonna spoil anything. I kind of get where Lucy and the Ghoul are going. Like their story is a little. I get the vibe of what I'm expecting to see happen in season 2 with them, but with Maximus, I really am intrigued what's going on with Brotherhood of Steel.
Right now, I just want to know if her and the Ghoul are just gonna fall in love and make a bunch of Ghoul babies.
I don't think that's gonna happen, though. Although, now that you've said it, I'm very intrigued.
See?
No, I don't know.
What would that look like? Well,
can ghouls reproduce?
right. I mean, they're losing. Well, oh, that's true.
It depends if it fell off.
Right. He doesn't have a nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so like, do we expect him to have
You know.
a D? No, I don't know if I do.
Eggplant.
I can imagine the swim.
An eggplant. I can't. Yeah, I don't think he can.
Okay.
But
Poor
it would
dude.
be cute. I also don't think Howard would necessarily go
Probably not.
for her. You'll understand why
Yeah, I
later.
know. Just making shit up.
No, I love it. I think that would be so funny.
I'm like, even ghouls need love.
Interesting. You said you can't try super chat. It's not letting you super chat.
Who's that?
Havman.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh, no.
Are you trying to use like your free one for the month, or are you trying to do new ones? That's so strange.
Cadman, are you sending us bad, naughty words?
He's
No, I know. He's
generally
sweetheart.
pretty good about that. The D fell off years ago, Renegade Boy. I completely agree. I don't think he's got one anymore, unfortunately.
Poor dude.
He lost the nose and that at the same time.
What would
Your
you
curiosity has piqued this question. You need to answer it. All right, well, super ready. I look forward to finding out whether or not what conclusion you find.
Yeah, I'm curious about this too. Does the ghoul have a dick? Find out later today on Hobby
Find
Night.
out later today on Hobby Night.
Man, okay, I am like overwhelmed by the amount of panels. I'm like, what do I do? My plan was just to color panels, different colors.
That's exactly
all
what
I'm doing.
That's exactly what I do. I
Okay.
don't know why I just blew on that as if that was gonna dry the paint in a single puff.
I kind of just like how this is like a color by
No.
numbers almost, or like
Paint by
coloring book.
numbers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just kind of like picking a spot to fill in with color.
No, I completely.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm like laying out it's gray. I have like a almost white gray that I'm putting on stuff.
Yeah, how do you like AK? I've actually never used their paints before.
How do I like it? I think I like the vibrancy of their pigments pretty well.
Nice.
And they have low viscosity. Like they are pretty good at like covering. Their coverage is pretty good for
Got
the
it.
most part. These neon colors are a different story though. They're a little thin.
I imagine they would like. I feel like that's kind of the nature of neon
Right.
colors in
Right.
general. Like certain paints just
Yeah.
suck
They're
in that
good
regards.
these are not bad through an airbrush, depending on the
Ooh.
airbrush.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if these are just better through an airbrush because there are definitely some that are the thinner ones, especially I find go better through airbrushes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Ivan, I have played Battletech a couple of times. I don't believe that Meg has.
I have not.
I know that you're Zach and
My Zach, yeah.
Yeah,
he
you're,
has.
you're Zach.
He's my Zach.
Yes, you can't have him.
You can borrow him.
I can borrow him, but okay, cool, excellent. You can borrow. You can borrow Jack if you want
Great.
to.
I always wanted my own Jack to borrow.
Robert Dresser has asked us.
Yeah.
Have we
Robert.
watched The Boys? And if so, what do we think about it?
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna make some enemies with this one.
Oh no. Okay, I'm hyped for this. I'm plugging in my hairdryer real fast, so if I pop off screen for a moment, goodbye. That's why.
We're gonna do our hair. Fooled you.
Fooled you. This is actually a stylist show now. Welcome to my salon.
Yeah, salon collab. The boys.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait. Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Sorry, guys. I forget this one's so much louder than my other one. I need to snap one actually. The one that I normally use for my hair, I need to switch to be my actual hobby one because it's softer. Like the
Yeah.
hum is not as bad. But I got it. Okay, perfect.
I have seen season 1 of The Boys. Have you seen The Boys?
I have seen I've seen season 1.
2 seasons.
Okay, I was gonna say I think yeah, I've watched at least the first 2 seasons.
We haven't seen any of the one about like school though. We haven't in the new season. We haven't seen it.
Yeah, well the new season's not out yet, right? It just or is it it's a I think the new season's about to release or just came out.
Okay.
And then I know that there's a like spin-off one that's about the school. Haven't watched any of that, but I have watched the
season 4 is debuting this month. We have not seen season 4.
Oh, is it 4 that's debuting this month?
Double check.
Okay. Regardless, I think I've seen 2 of the seasons. I personally enjoyed it. I never read any of the comics originally, so I came into
Same.
it completely blind, and I enjoy it as a critique of superhero like media.
Yeah, we
but I
saw-
know it's very different from the comic book.
We saw the first 3 seasons.
First 3 seasons? Okay.
Yeah, we saw through Soldier Boy.
That's right. Yes, yeah, we saw through Soldier Boy. Okay, so yeah, I've seen the first 3 seasons, and I do what? But none of Project V. Yeah, none of Project V, but I have seen all 3 seasons of The Boys, and I do enjoy it. What is your controversial take on it?
Well, I think I'm just getting old, Angela.
Uh-huh.
Because I watched the first season and
It's so intense.
I get what they're trying to say. Like, I like the message, but it felt very like hitting you over the head with a hammer with it. And I don't like stuff that's very like really
Heavy-handed
on the
like that.
nose. Like, can I just like think about it a little bit? Like, do you have to beat me over the head with like what an asshole this guy is? Like, I get it. Like, so that's kind of
That's fair.
my
I'm
take
thinking
on it.
about very beginning of season 3.
Okay, I've only seen season 1.
Oh yeah, is that with the?
Yes. With the person does the thing to the other person,
Ooh.
then the terrible thing happens. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, season 3's opening is pretty.
Yeah. Is it worth me just?
I mean,
Maybe that happens to Ghoul.
oh my god, maybe no, I hope not.
my God.
Jesus.
crossover.
Can you get me some oh never mind, I have it right here. Just kidding. I don't need you to do anything for me, sir. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my white. There it is. Yeah, season 3's opening is pretty intense.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. It's a scene that guys might not like as much. That gives you a nice hint.
Okay.
Guys will definitely not like it as much.
No.
No, it's
Oh.
it's
I enjoyed it. Like, I don't have merchandise from the show.
yeah, but we did like it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad show. I just think it's just one of those shows that isn't for me.
That's absolutely fair. I actually also prefer Invincible. I think Invincible, which is
It's also Amazon.
it's also Amazon, but it's animated in like because it's based off the Image comics, which actually follows the Image comics like plot, I think, a little bit more closely. Whereas like I know The Boys is completely deviates at some point from the comics.
I know. People
Yeah.
don't like that usually.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have to because of like everything that actually happens in the comics. Yeah, everything with Black Noir is completely different in the show than it is in the comics.
Like it's too spicy
Oh,
for the
okay.
show, or
Do you want to know a spoiler
For the comic.
book? That's not true at all for the show.
that's fine. I have no
That's fine. Okay.
intent on reading these.
The in the comic book, Black Noir is a clone of
Homelander.
Of Homelander.
Okay.
And so the way that the entire the way that they not excuse, but they justify a lot of the terrible things in the comic is
It's Black Adam doing it.
Black Noir.
Or Black Noir, sorry.
Black Noir does terrible things, so Homelander gets blamed for it.
Okay.
And the writer has the excuse to write his dramatically edgy content.
Yes. It's a little much in the comics, but I've been enjoying it in the show.
Okay. I love Starlight. She was adorable.
I do, yeah, no, her character is great.
Cute character. Yeah.
Honestly, there's a lot of devious characters in the show. That's my thing. Is like I started watching it because I really like Carl Urban. And I really
Who is that again?
That is what is his character's name actually?
The leader who
The guy who recruits
yeah.
the Australian in the first episode.
Okay.
Oh my god, why am I blanking on his guys in chat? Please tell me.
Give us answers.
Give me answers. Brett, I believe yes, I am painting a Thunderbolt. Boop. There he is. I'm starting to put some white paint on him so I can put purple on him later.
Butcher.
Billy Butcher. Yeah, he's Billy.
Okay.
He's the main.
Okay.
The main one recruiting the women.
He's the guy who's really fucking pissed at Homelander and really wants all the soups dead.
But he was also Dredd in the movie Dredd. He was Faramir in Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
He was.
I'm like, I know that one.
And if you ever watch the Chronicles of Riddick movies, he was
seen
one of the aliens in that as well.
Okay.
I forgot he was in Riddick.
Yes.
I always forget he's in that.
He's one of the, like, I forget what they're called. They're like the murder mongers or whatever, but.
Well, it's Faramir, you're saying? He's also in 300.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
He's the narrator.
Isn't he also? No, it's just in the Dreads show that he. I was thinking
No, he's in 300. If it's
I know he's in
Faramir.
300. I remember he also did
Oh.
the
It is kind of Alpha Legion colors, isn't it, Ivan? Totally is. Yeah, he may. I don't remember if he was in it now.
What?
Urban was in
He's in 300.
He's in 300.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was asking if he was the guy who did the narration.
Oh, I don't remember if he did the narration or not. I'm bad with like.
Because it was not Leonidas who did it, because it was a man
Right.
who survived.
You know what? It may have been him then, actually.
I think he's the
he
one
was
telling it at the campfire at the
Yeah,
end.
I think you're right. I
Yeah.
think you guys are both right.
I've been known to be right once in a while.
My goodness, that's good. I am rarely right.
That's not true at all.
He was
You're
in
not
Thor
even right
Ragnarok?
right now.
Yes! Behold my stuff! He ended up guarding the gate, the Rainbow Bridge after
Oh yeah,
being the Black Man.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but yeah, after he left.
Yeah, he ended up joining Loki, and then he got all the stuff, and he did
Yes.
like, behold.
My stuff. Yeah, I remember that now.
Oh,
Okay.
that's like a meme that I've seen. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, this sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen
Carl
it.
Urban's been in, like every IP as like a tertiary character, except for Dredd, where he's the best.
Well, isn't he is Dredd in? Yeah, I was like, he's Dredd in the newest one, and he is the best Dredd. Yeah, I agree. Fight me on it, chat.
Do it, Kat, do it.
Stallone?
I don't know. There might be some hardcore Stallone fans out there.
When did that come out?
The Stallone one?
No, the new one.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah.
2012 or 14, somewhere like that.
Yeah, it was like it's somewhere in that
I
area.
remember which theater I saw.
Which theater did we see it
We
at?
saw it at the one near where we used to live, but wasn't on the street that we used to live. And I don't
Oh,
recall.
Oh yeah, the crappy one. Like not the the one that we went to all the horror movies at.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, I miss that
Ooh.
theater so much.
We used
Okay,
to
do you
live-
guys did you guys ever have a theater in your like where you live
Yes.
that eventually just got Okay,
Like, I know where you're going with this.
that was was kind of a shitty theater, but you loved going to it because it just had the best movies show up at it, and it was cheap and had actually pretty decent food for concessions, and it didn't cost an arm and a leg.
You and I have different definitions of.
I liked their cheap popcorn. Okay, I liked their cheap popcorn.
Yeah, I grew up near one of those, and you could walk to it from our house. It was amazing.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I miss it. When I think about it, I miss it.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Is whenever I think about this theater, yeah, they built an apartment complex over it. It was so
Oh.
sad. With
Yeah.
a grocery store right next to it that never turned into
Ours
a
is
grocery
a
store.
Home Depot.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Opened and then I think that one of those scam we grow meat places. Like not that we grow meat, like people who are growing meat are a scam, but this company in particular got sued into the ground because apparently everything they were doing was a scam.
Okay.
The machines they apparently had in the building that we could see from the window were not real.
What?
Like
They
they
bought
just
a bunch of brewery and extra equipment and made a facade for the sake of showing investors was what the local news said.
I
Okay.
did see the new trailer for Mech Warrior Clans, and it looks amazing. It looks so cool. I'm very hyped for it. I think Chaos Cultist and I will probably. Is that single player?
No.
Okay. Mech Warrior Clans will probably be something that Chaos Cultist and I do on the Hobby Gaming channel. Which if you guys haven't already subscribed, you should go jump over there and subscribe. Hobby Night Gaming, sorry. Hobby Night Gaming. Sorry, it's a new channel and I sometimes forget the name. But Hobby Night Gaming, that's where we're putting all of the Let's Plays and all of my live streams where I'm playing video games. And that's where Space Marine 2 is gonna be in October? Whenever it releases. I think we have a date. I thought we had a date.
We do it.
I don't remember what it is though. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
fun.
all-
It's sometime in fall. I'm looking forward to it so much.
How is the split? Splitting into two.
Oh, with having two
Channel,
channels?
yeah.
So far it's been working well. We really wanted to get the video game content off of the hobby content,
Yeah.
even though it's kind of related. The algorithm didn't know what to do with it is really what
Sure.
it came down to. And now that we've separated them, I think it knows a little bit better of okay, there's hobby stuff here, show that to people who are interested in that kind of
Right.
content, and this goes for the people who just want to watch people play games.
Yeah.
This Saturday is actually going to be our first tutorial release since we only did it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a very new channel.
Yeah, I saw
And
the
so
release.
we haven't gotten too much main channel content up yet to really feed the algorithm new test subjects. But we have that. We're going to open source this weekend, so we have the blog for that. We're doing the openings for Modern Horizons soon.
Yep, I got a pre-release pack for Modern Horizons, so there's 6 boosters for me to open. I'm excited. Maybe I'll get lucky and pull something extremely valuable. I'm not going to, but it'll be fine. I'm still gonna have fun with
That'd
it.
be nice.
We were watching I don't know if you know Critical Moist on YouTube.
Critical Moist.
Or Moist. Wait, is
Moist
it
Critical
Moist
Penguin.
Critical? Sorry, Moist Critical Penguin. Sorry, I don't know why I reversed it. Critical Moist. He's critically moist. he would love that. What are you talking about? I don't know if you're familiar with Charles. Charlie. I like to call him Charles because that's what his buddy calls him sometimes. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he
I'm
recently
not.
he did a pack opening. He normally just how would you describe his content normally? Because recently, it's been absolutely taken over by pack openings. He's so obsessed right now. And he was opening some Modern Horizons.
My best friend.
Yeah, he's everybody's high best friend. He does a lot of commentary on just, like, random bullshit on the internet that are stupid, but, like, he has thoughts and feelings about, and it's very entertaining fellow to watch. He also does a lot of, like, rankings of
You've
food.
probably seen
You may have seen him. That's Charlie.
Okay.
You've seen memes of it.
Yeah, you've probably seen memes of
I
him.
have.
So,
He pushed this into Magic.
he pushed us into Magic because he started also opening Magic. And really, he pushed Chaos Cultist into Magic, and I've gotten dragged into it. Sorry, I've gotten dragged into it with him because I have a weakness for opening cardboard with pretty art on it.
Yeah.
I
can
went through a
feel
phase.
that.
Well, so my introduction to nerddom was through Pokemon.
Okay.
And so I've had a card problem since the beginning.
Yeah.
And
I'm assuming
occasionally
that's all packed up.
well, you see all those gray containers there on the bookshelf?
That's them.
You see how there's a bunch of cards on front?
And they look very organized.
Yeah, that's all Chaos Cultist. He spent a bunch of time organizing them. But yeah, we have a bunch of like Pokemon, Magic, various other things.
Okay.
And I occasionally relapse into my old habits of buying too many cards and opening them.
I have to ask you. Are you a sleever?
I do not sleeve everything, but I do sleeve the mythics, any foils that I get. I don't.
Bought last week.
Last week.
Don't say it like that. All right, I'm gonna switch over here. Let me. This is. I mean, it's not like guys. It's not that bad, right?
That's one of like
It's not that bad.
13 boxes that I can see.
Okay, those ones have
I'm
been.
not shaming you. I'm like here for it. I love it. You love your stuff.
I do. I
Yeah.
have a problem. Really, it's really just that I have a problem. But I go through relapses where I will buy lots of cards and then I have to cut myself. No, I do. I have to cut myself off because I'll just be like, it'll be problematic.
Okay, but they're business expenses when we do open it.
Exactly. You write that off.
can't
It
just-
doesn't count.
I know.
It never
but-
happened.
Okay, but that's like half of the stuff that I buy. Look. There's a reason it's called Hobby Night, and I've added Lego to it, and painting miniatures, and board games, and all of these things, guys. There's a reason.
Yeah, it's for you, of course.
No, Soups, it's definitely not Cards Against Humanity. Definitely not. Although I get what you're saying, because it has the black bottom, so I feel I get you, but no.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is that game still made?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I worked at a game
great
store
game.
for 2 years, and
You sick of it?
we despised that game.
Okay.
Because it was... Like, it just...
College of Berkeley's game store, and so it was all frats.
It was just a bunch of frat kids buying it, and they were so obnoxious.
Of course.
Like, nothing against them, but oh my gosh, they were just weirdly obsessed. We sold a freakish amount of it, which was also the main thing that just kind of flabbergasted me and bothered me about it.
Okay.
But we also sold, like, the same amount of Catan, which I'm like, how do people still need this game? That's what I don't get. Like, that's what
the gateway game, yeah.
it is. And well, Catan ultimately, what I learned over listening to people over time is that Catan turned into the monopoly for like the generations after us, because they all got into it. That's what their families played with them. So like, instead of playing like the Hasbro games, they all played like Catan or like Carcassonne and those kinds of things. And so they're nostalgic for like the modern generation. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
That
but
makes
it does explain why. Like, so that one I understood. How people kept needing the base game of Cards Against Humanity, I did not understand. I'm like, how have all of you not already owned this?
You know
and
what?
just like, are you throwing it away? What's going on?
I don't own it.
You don't own
We
it?
don't own it. No.
Good.
So I should go buy one.
No. Good.
I don't think we own one.
No, we don't.
Let me try some drink.
We had Super Fight. That's the one we had.
Super Fight, what's that?
Super Fight is another variation of the same style of like, you have cards and you play them against each other and like continue on to a thing. So you'd have two characters. You'd have to give an argument for why your character would beat the other person's character.
Okay.
And whoever had the most creative argument. Yeah, it's nerd apples to
Yeah.
apples.
Okay.
Like, have you played apples to apples?
I have,
Okay. Yeah. So it's basically that, but like you're nerding out, you're giving a reason for your characters to like be the winner. And often you can like attach like equipment to them or powers to them to like add to the, depending on like which expansions and stuff you're playing with. And it's really quite enjoyable.
Okay.
Oh, let me switch us back over to the
Another game kind of like that I like is Dixit. You ever played
Yes,
Dixit?
Dixit is great.
It's
You'd
so
probably
cute.
like you'd probably like Mysterium
Yes,
a lot too. Yes.
I love Mysterium. I'm always the ghost.
We should play Mysterium together.
Please, can't
yes,
we?
yes,
Please,
I love Mysterium. Oh, yes.
It's so funny.
It's such a good game. It's actually quite like I find very challenging sometimes
Yeah,
to
oh, yeah.
actually succeed
try
at.
to understand each
You're
other.
trying to interpret what the other person's interpreting this abstract art as.
Yeah.
And I love that element about it. And I just think the art is gorgeous.
Oh, it's so fun. Yeah, I love being the ghost and giving everyone their cards and watching them
Struggle.
grossly misinterpret.
Oh,
Or like
wait.
somebody will have it. They'll be like, oh, it's this because of this. And I'm like, great, but I can't show you.
I
on my
can't
face.
tell you that you succeeded.
And then usually Zach will come in and be like, Megan doesn't know what she's talking about. Like that's not what she's thinking. She's looking at this color over here, and so it's about hearts or whatever. And then he derails it and then makes fun of me later for giving bad clues.
And then you're
usually
like,
how that goes.
And then you're like, no, actually, before you interrupted, they actually had nailed my thought process.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
But I do love that game.
It's a really good one.
Another good party game is Medium. Have you played Medium?
Oh, I have not. I know of it. I know it was really popular when it first released.
Sure, yeah.
And I have not played it though myself. The card art on that one also is gorgeous, if I recall correctly.
Oh, I don't think my edition has card artwork.
Okay, maybe I'm just thinking of the box art then, because I remember the box looking cool. Because like
It's like
let me
woman
make
looking
sure.
in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
crystal
I thought,
ball.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Am I misremembering like what the cards look like? I might be.
The
I've never
cards
played
are
it.
just words.
Oh, are they? Okay.
So like you'll have you and the person next to you will have a word on a card, and then you lay them out and you like silently try to think of a word right in the middle that you both will say
Got it.
that connects to both of those words.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just remembering the box art looking really cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Oh, that's what I'm remembering.
Okay,
The
yeah,
tokens.
the little point markers. Yeah.
Yes.
Brett, Meg has been the ghost every time I played. I'm sorry, Brett. I'll stop being the ghost. It's not fair, and I've never won. Yeah. Well,
Oh, does this game
That
play
sounds
kind
like-
of like
sounds like something. Sounds like user error, Brett.
I agree. It sounds like a user error. Does this play
Hi,
sort of
Tim.
like what's the code names? A little bit. Have you
I
played
can
code
see
names?
that. Yeah, I can see that. Like where you're trying to group stuff up, right? Or
Yeah,
grab
well, you're
things
trying to.
that are part
You
of-
have one
It's been a
person
while.
who's the spy, and you're
Yeah.
basically trying to get your team to guess the words that you've been given on your card or whatever, and you have to give them a single word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then tell them the number of cards it applies
That's
to.
right. That's right.
And so I wasn't sure if it, because based on the art of this at least, or the
It's
design, I guess I shouldn't say
it's
art.
kind of like that. So like if I don't know, we'll just pick two random things.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a paint bottle. That's one word. And a robot.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so that was your word. This is my word.
Okay.
So what's the word that in the middle? So think about it. Like robot, paint bottle.
What's the word in the middle?
Like what word connects those two things? Like what concept or whatever. So like
miniature painting?
think of something.
Does it have to be a single word?
It doesn't have to be, but you just want to know what the other person's gonna say. So keep the phrase in your head,
Okay.
and then you say when you're ready.
I'm ready.
You're right. You already said it.
I
That's
did.
fine. And I would be like, okay, I'm ready, but that's what I was gonna say anyways. And then 1, 2, 3,
Miniature painting.
and then it's like, okay, we got it.
Yay!
Yeah. And then if we don't get it right, so like if you said
Hobby.
hobby
And
and
you
I
said miniature painting.
painting, then that would be the new words. So we'd have to find a word between hobby
And miniature painting.
You have yours, I have mine.
I'm
you
trying to. I'm
can't
trying
say
to.
these words either.
Okay, so I can't say miniature painting or hobby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and I said paint, so we shouldn't have said miniature painting either, but that's all right.
Well, painting is different than paint.
Okay,
It's
we'll
the
allow
verb.
it.
Okay, I can't use miniature painting or hobby
Or a robot.
or robot.
But the two new words are hobby and miniature painting. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I have
Ready?
the word. Yeah.
Okay.
Battletech.
Oh,
we're
gonna
counting
say
down.
brush. I was gonna say brush.
I'm terrible at this game, guys.
That's how it works, though. It's fun.
I'm bad at word association. Is what we're getting.
No,
at.
I mean I could be bad at it too. But there you go. Now you guys know how to play it.
Nice. Well, now we can all play medium together.
Tim, what is the biggest project you want to paint Meg? Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. What is the
The
biggest?
biggest? Because I've already done like 6,000 points of Soul Blight. So to me, that's like
That's a pretty. I was gonna say that's a pretty
right?
big project. Yeah.
But the project took place over
Several.
a year and a half, 2 years, something like that.
bad.
So the next one, I'm currently in the middle of painting up a Seraphon army. I'm probably going to stick very close to 2,000 points there. And then after that, I have a Lumineth army that I want to paint for the channel.
Ooh.
And again, I don't want to be doing 6,000 points of this stuff.
No,
It takes
I get
too
it.
long. I have like so many other things I want to paint.
Yeah, yeah.
So the next big thing I'm excited to paint, I actually just got yesterday when I saw Brett. He 3D printed it for me. It's this. I shared it on my Instagram stories. It's this
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Megara. It's gone now, but
because it's on a story.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Megara and
Oh, the Hades.
Hades.
Yes.
Yes. So he 3D printed it for me.
Oh, that's gonna look so cool.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I'm very excited to paint this.
for those of you that are maybe not Disney files like Meg and I probably are, if you guys have seen Hercules, it's Meg from it's
Meg.
beautiful, gorgeous Meg and Hades, and it's I did see the statue. It looks amazing. It's her giving him like
It's big.
oh, that's so cool.
It's really big.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm excited to see you paint that.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I also want to do I have like plans for some tentacles. We got some tentacle roll.
Amazing.
Just tentacles. They're normal tentacles.
Normal tentacles as opposed to your abnormal tentacles.
Yeah, they're just I want to do demon prince that is like near a portal, and out of the portal is like tentacles for some reason because I think they're cool, and a bunch of cats coming out of the portal.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, like, and they're like kind of on him, and he's like making little cat friends. So
That's-
I want to do that.
I wonder if they're probably too big. Have you seen the cats figures for Nemesis?
No,
Okay, here, hold on.
show me.
Let me see if they're.
I just bought a bunch of like little. I cannot remember
I
that.
have the box still out.
I bought a bunch of little tiny cats off of Etsy, of course.
I think they're going to be way too big. I think I've also. I'll bring
Oh.
images. I'm also going to briefly blow my nose.
Sure. But yeah, those are probably the biggest projects. Another tentacle related project.
Yes.
We can't just have one. You should get tentacle rollers. Have you seen them?
Oh, yes, I have seen those actually.
They're pretty
Do I have
cool.
some? I know that I think I ordered him. That's what it was. When I worked at the game store, one of my coworkers actually was doing some green stuff work, and he asked me to order some of the tentacle rollers. But yes, I have seen those, and they're very
They're
cool.
so fun. Yeah. So I have like all these tentacle things I want to do now. I bought. Okay, at Kubla Khan. Shoot, I cannot remember the names of things. There was this model submission. Actually, it was like a brand of minis. Mini Mayhem, I think.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar. Yeah, I think that was it. Anyways, they have these Disney princess inspired minis on their store. And they also sponsored an event there. So like you could submit one of these models and that's the category. And so like nobody did that. And so there was like no submissions for this category. So I was like, I'm going to get one of these and I'm going to submit it next year. So I bought the Ariel. There's
nice.
Like, she looks almost like a pirate. Like,
Because
because they're inspired.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not really like it's not actually.
well, yeah, because
Disney.
it's you licensing.
right. But it's Ariel, and she's got like the eels with her, And so I want to do like make like a thing of tentacles, like to
be
kind
so
of for her to be
cool.
sitting on, and then put her on a plinth, and then
Yes.
on the backdrop of the plinth have Ursula, like kind of like behind her.
Right, to have, oh my god, that would
Wouldn't that
look,
be
that
fun?
would be so cool looking.
Yeah.
I love the idea of it.
So
Okay,
that's what I want to do. Okay.
here are the kitties.
Oh, this looks familiar.
So it's from Nemesis, if you're familiar with, it's based off, it's not based on, it is inspired by Alien.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I love
Um,
these xenomorph cats.
Yeah, no, they're very good, but that's the game.
Okay.
These are, I don't actually know if they're playable in the game or if they were just like, you know how sometimes board games just do
Yeah.
like, I think they're just
Okay.
tokens.
NPCs. or
Like
something.
yeah, but they're about the size of like the mech, this mech. So they're big. I don't know if they would work for your thing, but I just when you said that I was like space tentacle cats.
Yeah.
Just to this one's, oh my god, please.
Sorry, you guys. I keep painting and moving it from under the
No,
camera.
no, it's fine. That's
Can
that's
you move the camera?
no.
No, I just need to be better.
No, we're just
Be
drifting.
best.
We're just drifting. But that's my favorite. That's the cute cat. He's in a
It's
space
cute.
suit.
I've seen that floating around.
He's that's the image that they use
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
for the box art. So
Okay,
that's probably why you've
I've
seen him.
it. Tim, you asked what my favorite paint range. I don't know. You know, I don't actually have a favorite. We use a lot of Citadel because that's what we started with, and so we just have a lot of it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm the same way.
I said I like AK a lot. I like its coverage for a paintbrush. I've tried it through an airbrush and it's like no, it's too like gummy. I don't know. It's like too even like thinning it out. I don't enjoy it. Really
Interesting, okay.
Too much personally, but I'm not great with an airbrush. I'm okay.
I have used an airbrush like a grand total of maybe 3 times, so I'm
we
right
go.
there with you.
There we go. So that's cool. I also like cuttlefish.
Oh, I'm not familiar with. I'm familiar with the brand,
CUTTLE.
like I've seen their stuff, but I have never used them. I have never seen them in stores.
Their paints go. They have layer paints and they have airbrush paints. They call them glazes, and I think they go through a paintbrush really nicely. I mean, yeah, an airbrush.
Airbrush really
I say
nicely?
paintbrush. They go through a paintbrush. Yeah, I like those paints a lot, and they have a lot of cool colors.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I'm not really picky about paints. I also have MSP. This is Minotaur. It's just like whatever we have. Zach,
Whatever's available.
Yeah, Zach was given a lot of paints. So we're just going through them and I just grab a color that looks like it'll work. And
That's kind of my thing too. Is like when
Yeah.
Contrast came out, I made
Sorry,
an
guys.
effort to actively buy all those, but like after that, I just was like, oh, this color looks cool. Let me grab that. W Hunt said that he was looking forward to making some Decepticons, which I'm assuming means that you're making Decepticon Necrons, which sounds
yes, that
amazing.
sounds so
and I like
cool.
that idea. I hope that you end up getting to do that, Hunt.
all right, I'm gonna move on to green, kind of.
Oh, you are literally gonna take Necron's spare bits and make them look like Transformers. I love it.
that.
That's such a cool idea. Havin, thank you so much for
You
the $2
made
tip.
it.
Yay! I'm glad that it worked for you this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes,
Oh my goodness. Sorry that I'm a smidge sniffly.
that's okay.
I think the
Maybe it'll get me sick and then I won't have to work.
let me just cough all over you.
Please.
No, I was out and I think the smoke in the air has just been bothering me a lot.
Like from neighbors smoking?
Yeah.
Or-
No,
okay.
there's
there a
there's
fire
I think
happening?
there's been some fires in the
Oh,
area.
okay. I just sort of missed that, I guess.
Well, if you're not like I don't know, there's the hills near us have been hazy for like days. And normally
Okay.
they're it's like that more when it's not right now
Right,
as I look out, but like you can see
Right,
it over there
eventually.
actually. You can see the haze and
Yeah.
you see it. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
there's
yeah.
been like something in the air and it's just driving me nuts. Oh my goodness. But this mech is coming along great. Just doing some cleanup.
Same.
And don't worry if you don't finish today, obviously. I
Fine, I don't always finish.
I almost never.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It's very rare on stream that I ever finish.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us.
Love it. Oh my goodness. I really like how yours is coming out.
Oh,
I love what you pulled out for colors.
Thanks. I'm just trying to clean up some of the areas that I want to stay this like bright green
Yellow.
color,
Mhm,
yellow
or
green,
real green.
whatever the heck it is. And then I need to go in and add some blue.
Nice.
Some blue spots
for your
dark blue,
Seahawks.
That's right. I also brought orange, which isn't a standard
Seahawks color.
but I just like it.
You know what?
Citrus Tech.
What did I do? I like flipped my hair to the wrong side and I had a weird foink.
A foink.
Yeah,
What
I had
is that
a-
word.
Foink?
Yeah, I love it. Oh, okay.
As I demonstrate what my foink looked like. Diggs, thank you. I'm glad to see you as well. And it's lovely to have Meg here. I agree. Completely.
Thanks,
100%.
Diggs. Glad you're having a good time.
Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
It's lovely to see everybody in chat. I actually don't know how many people we have total. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
pull that up and see how many we've got.
It's a party.
Watching. It's a party. Let's see how many. Oh my god, what am I doing? What was I watching? Oh, my own Vault Dweller video so that I could figure out what the heck I was. Please, no. Oh god, the sound is about to start.
Oh
Hold
boy,
on.
here we go.
No, it's okay. No. Just
45.
45. Okay, thank you. Look at that. Chaos
Fun.
Cultist has me covered.
Aw.
Tim, thank you so much for the €5. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, Tim.
No message or anything, but you are awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, keep sending questions.
Yeah, please do keep sending questions, and we'll turn this into a little AMA. Ask me anything.
Anything.
Anything. Well, so you like Mysterium and Dixit and those kinds of games.
Yes.
Are those your favorite style? Like, do you like the party game style, or do you have a different genre that you like or prefer?
I like party games for like the end of the night.
I
When
gotcha.
you're like a little trashed.
Yeah. When you're rounding things out and you're like, I don't want to have to think or
Right.
concentrate
I
on
just wanna
this.
Goof off. I really like Catan still.
Nice.
And games like Catan. What is that? Terraforming Mars is up there for me as well
Nice.
as Wingspan.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the absolute like just fanfare when that game came out and the demand everybody
Which one?
Wingspan
Yeah.
was
it's a good one.
insane.
Have you played it?
I have not. I actually had so I have a funny story about Wingspan.
Okay.
It came out when I was working at a game store. People lost their shit for this game.
Yeah.
Like, everybody who liked birds came out of the goddamn woodwork
Give
for
me
that
this
game
I
and was
need
like,
it.
it's got little colorful eggs and we need it.
Angela,
It's true.
Yes. Yes.
could you say that they flocked to the game?
They did. They flocked to the game. Bird puns.
Puns. We know puns.
And so that was fine. I actually had no problem with that. The problem is how I felt, and this is just my personal opinion, I felt Stonemaier Games handled the restocking, the volume of demand, and store criticism of how the game was being published and who it was going to very poorly
Okay.
at the time of its initial release. Because as a business, we had a really hard time getting our hands on it because they just were prioritizing weird things and not sending out to like stores who we pre-ordered, and it was just there were struggles. There were a lot of struggles with getting that game actually into stores for months after it had come
didn't have
out.
enough.
They didn't have enough. They completely underproduced it.
Oh man.
They way over promoted it, and it just turned into a
well.
disaster. Like, yeah, no, they like it's great that they got the interest, and I love that it brought a lot of non-gamers into board gaming. And especially as a complex system like being an engine builder, I don't feel like that's a
Right.
game that casuals are generally going to, like, people who
Right, like,
don't
go
board game
towards.
normally aren't going to go into an engine builder and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's play this.
Right.
Because it's complicated. It's a little bit more like you're not necessarily always interacting with your other players either, so it almost ends up feeling very solitary when you're playing it. And so I was very shocked by the demand, but everybody wanted it. Stonemaier just handled it terribly.
Yeah.
And now it's completely settled out. Like, it's completely available. All
Yeah.
the expansions are always available. They fixed their distribution problem.
Okay.
But at the time, he was just very butthurt about it, and he was just not taking the criticism well.
Yeah.
And it was a little problematic. So I kind of avoided the game because of that.
Okay.
I basically got butthurt over the game and how it impacted my personal life.
That's
and
fair.
I was just like, screw this, I'm never playing it.
Became a villain for you.
It actually did become a villain for me, which is a shame because I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I'd like other Stonemaier games too. Like Scythe is I've not played it, but I've also heard nothing but amazing things about that, and it's also published by them. So like, it's not like they're not a bad publisher in any degree. It's just that, like, for this one game,
Yeah.
it was such a hit that they did not know how to handle it, and they handled, and the way they did end up handling, I thought, was poorly.
Okay. Well, that's fair. I don't play like video games really, not really, but I did buy that one,
The Stonemaier one,
the
Wingspan version.
Yeah, I bought that, and it's fun. Like,
Root's a really good one if you want to play a digital board game as well. Root plays really, really well because it also has a lot of complex stuff that happens that you got to keep track of.
right, and I love
And
how
the game
just
handles
does
it for you.
Like, I don't have to clean up.
I
and there's
know.
little bird sounds.
Yeah.
And then there's little like skins you can put on your like.
Well, and
grassland.
Root actually has. Are you familiar with Root, the game?
No, not really.
Okay, so it's an asymmetrical strategy game where you are playing as cute woodland creatures with probably some of the most adorable art I've ever seen. I don't think we have it still out. I'm looking at my shelves because I own all of it.
Sure.
But it is packed. Hold on. Oh,
No,
my...
we have the game by the same.
oh yeah, we have Oaks one.
Please don't. Please don't.
I was just
Please
looking to see
don't.
if maybe it was in that like
Let's
first
unpack
box.
everything.
Let's unpack. I have
on.
all of my board games.
Come
It's
on,
done by
John.
the same art team as
Diggs, thank you for stopping by.
It's
Really
not
appreciate it.
Oathsworn, It's Oath.
Oh, sorry, Oath. Yeah. So this is the same designer, and look at the adorable art.
That is cute.
Yeah. So imagine this though
Good
as
box
wooden
art
pieces.
will totally sell me a game.
Oh, and this like
Kind of a sucker
it's
for
just so good, and I think Root plays really well. It was also one of those ones that kind of much like Wingspan really took off, and was also hard to get. But I think they handled Leader Games. I think handled it better.
A little better.
They
was
didn't.
not the bane of your existence.
It wasn't the bane of my existence. They also I think managed to just get it out faster. Like they.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think what happened is because of that and like a few other games having such terrible print runs for a while, we went like certain publishers kind of started ordering more than what they initially thought they might need
Yeah.
because they were like, well, these seem to be popular. Let's go ahead and just order a bunch because we'll probably sell them.
Yeah. No, I haven't played Root.
Yeah, it's a good one, and if you I think it plays extremely well on PC. I think you can get it on just like Steam.
Okay. Does it work on a Mac?
Yeah, I think actually, I'll have to check. I don't know about that, but I think
Or one of those people?
no, I understand. I mostly, I know we're using a PC laptop here, but my main is an Apple, and I have an iPhone, and
Yeah,
I
that
have
stuff.
sold my soul to
It just works.
it. Doesn't work. Damn it. Adobe works so much better with it, or at least it used to. Is that the excuse as a fellow artist? Did you ever give that like, oh, I need a Macintosh because Adobe products work better with it? Because that was definitely my excuse to my parents in college. I was like, please buy me a MacBook. It works better with the programs that my school wants me to
I
use.
think I wanted a Mac because my school used Macs, and so I wanted to. There was like something about that would have made my life easier, but there was no way that was happening. They're too expensive.
That's
no,
fair.
I always had a PC until recently.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
Jim says that Root. Yeah, you're right. Root is a war game. It's an asymmetrical war game. Like I called it a strategy game, but like it is
Okay.
a war game in the sense that you are conquering lands and trying to crush your opponent in that capacity.
Okay.
But absolutely. Havman has a question for you. Are you using all the Seahawk colors or just the lime green?
Good question. I am adding some blue now. I'm using AK Ocean Blue for the blues. Oh, it's not. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's
yeah.
okay. No worries.
No, it's okay. I'll still go over.
So I'm starting to do that now. We'll see how far I get. And then also, like I said, I brought orange because I thought it would look cool. I'll sneak that in.
Is that
Won't be
part of the
authentic.
Seahawks color?
No.
No. Okay.
Not,
So
I just
are
like
they
it.
normally just like a lime green yellow with the
with the
bright
blue,
teal blue
and like the silver.
Yeah, silver's the
Yeah.
third color. I was like, I know really sports teams have like 3 colors. In my
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't play sports,
That's all right.
and I don't follow sports except for pro wrestling.
All I like is football. I don't follow other sports either. And I don't really follow football that closely. I just know how it works.
Yeah, I vaguely know how it works, but
Yeah.
I'm not a super big
You know
follower.
Blood Bowl.
I know
There you
Blood
go.
Bowl more than I know football,
You know Blood Bowl, you know
and
football.
yeah, basically, I mean, I find Blood Bowl more entertaining. They're allowed to throw goblins at each other.
Yeah, I love that. I do love that. All right, where else am I putting blue? I don't know, guys. I'm just sort of figuring it out as I go.
That's how the painting process works. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta look at a model and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, that's what I've been doing. I've been slowly picking out various places where I think I'm gonna put purple, but I might end up leaving them white. I kind of like the way that he looks with all the white on him.
Yeah.
I think it's also because I'm very biased towards my
That's so fucking
What
good looking.
what was
God,
your
that is
name?
pretty.
You were a. It's one of the small mechs. I'm thinking about it, guys. Don't tell me in the comments. Don't. I mean, you can tell me in the comments. I'm gonna look at it in a second because I'm gonna forget and I'm not gonna actually figure it out. What? I think it's a commando. I think it's a
Is
commando.
it going commando though?
He's not. He's not a fleshy toned at all.
All right.
That'd be a really funny way to paint a commando.
I know.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
I think
God,
is this he's so please tell me in chat if I am accurate.
You are.
I am accurate. Good, there it goes.
Cute.
Little commando. So I really liked the way he turned out. My little what did I call you? I think I called you like iceberg or something.
Blueberry.
No, it wasn't blueberry. It was definitely ice something. Because I was going with an icy theme. I specifically recall it from the tutorial. It feels like it was ages ago when I painted them. It's a commando. Good.
All right. Soups, yeah, it's football. We're in America. All right. Deal with it.
Inner British intensifies. I was like, why is he upset about the word football? And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they use it wrong.
Okay, Blood Bowl comes from you guys though.
That's
it's
true.
a British game, okay? It's from Games Workshop and they just call it fantasy football.
There you go.
I actually don't know if that's true. Hold on, let me look at the box.
No, it's true. Don't
Do
look
they-
it up.
Football's exactly different.
Don't look it up, Angela. You're right.
Meg says I'm right, therefore I'm right. I'm actually gonna look it up
I
because I think it's like sport. It's like sports combat or something. Blood Bowl. What do you call
Oh,
it?
yeah,
What's your
yeah,
full
yeah.
title? You dumb game Wizard of the Coast.
Same with the house.
Yes. The game. No, it is Blood Bowl, the game of fantasy football. I'm watching you, British people. You can't tell me that it's football and then also football.
I mean-
make up your goddamn mind.
I'll say football. Like, I'm like, that's
Football.
that's an actual translation.
I like it.
So that's fair. But it's soccer. We decided this. It's soccer.
It's as
God of War.
That's
We did!
That's what this was about.
that's what our Civil War was about. Whether or not it was called football or soccer, and god damn it,
Civil War.
not the Civil War, the Revolutionary
World
War.
War 3 was about.
What World War IV was about.
Those Union boys don't have it here. You're football. We're going to call it don't soccer.
Get out of
Angela,
here, Red
you
Coat.
silly kid. We all know that the signing at Yorktown, General Cornwallis
Yeah, you know.
You want to continue? You want to continue?
Yeah.
agreed.
And in the what? Oh, I was gonna go for the what is it called? The 1812 thing. Didn't
The War of 1812.
No, not the War of 1812. Didn't we sign a document to receive like land from the French? What was that
The
document?
Louisiana
Was it
Purchase.
just the? Oh, okay. I don't know.
How was social studies in 6th grade?
Shut up! I couldn't pass the American. Listen. I shouldn't be American. I would not be able to pass the American citizenship test. Okay. I would fail that test
Yeah.
immediately.
Me.
They'd ask me the first question. I'd be like, I have
don't
no
know.
fucking clue what you are asking me. Help. It's been ages. I have been out of high school for years and I do not pay attention to my ancient history. And by ancient, I mean 200 years ago.
It's ancient.
Ancient!
I don't know how they deal with it in Europe. There's so much history over there they have to be familiar with.
I know. I'm
I
jealous a little
sucked
bit
it.
because it's more interesting at least to me because
That's
it
true.
does go back further. I think that's why and I have a theory that this is why Americans don't give a crap about our own history is because it's boring as of right now and it's and then when it gets to like the advancement portion, it just advanced so quickly that it's like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. Like we didn't get any of the fun ancient stuff.
Yeah.
And like being able to like
Give us our
invent
own
spears.
Stonehenge.
Yeah, I want my own Stonehenge. Where are my castles? Damn it. I'm jealous of, I know I've said this on my chats in my streams before. I am incredibly jealous of everybody in Europe who is remotely close to a castle. I want
Yeah.
to live near a castle. I want in a castle. I want to be a princess.
Your chat seems very knowledgeable about historical things. Although they do have Google. I
They
guess.
are probably using Google.
Seems like
Well, they are a bunch of big history nerds, but a
Right,
lot of them
right.
do build
yeah, historical.
historical models and stuff. Yeah, we build paints. We
Tanks?
build taints. Yes, we also build taints. No, we build tanks here sometimes on the occasion. I really feel like I want to put some purple on his legs, but I have been staring at them going, I don't know where I want to put it. There's like too many.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's you know exactly because there's too many panels. Oh my god, did I just get? Nope, we're good. We're fine. I thought I whacked
You're just
it.
gonna go with it.
I'm just gonna
kinda
slice
screwing this
some white paint on there just really dramatically.
All right, I need to fix my fake panel lining a little bit.
There you go. Looks pretty good.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Meg.
Super ready. You've been to 4 different castles.
Soups.
That's so cool.
That's
where
cool.
That's soup's cool. Where were the castles? Like, was it all like? Because I know you're from England, right? You're in the UK. So were they all English castles, or have you gone over to like see some French castles, some like German castles? Like, I assume there's some Irish castles. Are there actually? Probably, right?
The British historic place.
Took them.
Oh, they're just oh, what a bunch of jerks.
Yeah. Nice going, Soups. We do this to him all the time in Hobby Hang. We, in our Discord, we're often in our open Hobby Hang channel, just hanging out with people, and Soups will pop in, and every time he does, he gets the business for all the wrongdoings of Britain.
It's all clearly your specific fault.
That's right. He's
So
used,
if he just sets 7 counties free, it's all done.
he's used to it.
I think has my eyelashes slipped on this side.
No, it looks like it's sticking to your face. You're
It's
good.
okay, good.
Yeah.
I
Don't you
was
hate that
suddenly, dude. I was because I suddenly was super self-conscious
Oh, God, I
of
love
the
it.
weight of it on my eyes, and I was like, has it moved? What's going on?
Yeah.
Why is my eye watering? Slink. Really? You got to go to some
That's
Japanese
cool.
castles? Oh my god, I want to go
Yeah.
to Japanese castles. So, did you go to the oh, what's the like main big one? Hiroshima? No, that can't be right.
Isn't that where the
That's where the bomb fell. No, yeah, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Where?
Yeah.
No, there was a castle in Hiroshima though. Didn't they rebuild it afterwards, or was that? Am I thinking of? Or was that the first time? Because I know there's one castle.
You're thinking Meiji.
Himeji, yes, that's the one. Because
other
they're
H.
Yes, the other H. That's why I was getting thrown off because I knew they both had H's in them. Did you go to that one? They were all UK ones? Oh, you've been to Leeds? That's cool. Wait, but it's nowhere near Leeds? Why is it called the Leeds Castle then?
Like, don't worry about it.
You are correct. Hiroshima does have a castle that was rebuilt.
Okay, I thought so, because I feel like we had watched Chris Abroad like talk about it
They
recently.
rebuilt it in the 50s.
Ah, okay, that's really cool. Good. I'm glad that they didn't lose that, because I know, like, dude, I know castles in Japan, because they were often fully built out of wood for like years and years, burned down a lot.
Oh god.
Like they like, I know there was one in particular,
Europe
I
is
think
like,
in
guys, come
Kyoto,
on.
when it was like when Kyoto used to be the capital, that I believe, like, yeah, I think like burnt down twice.
Yeah, okay. Oh, hey, Cass! Castellan is mine, too.
Nice. I will
You can
borrow
him whenever
him.
you want. Good to see you, Cass.
I
Castellan.
appreciate that you dropped in a drop pod.
Yeah,
that's pretty metal.
Pretty cool.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cass is very cool.
Wait, there's a castle in Seattle?
What?
Isn't that where, or
you,
in
Brad.
Washington? Isn't that where?
Brad is a big fan of your channels.
Well, thank
Calling that
you.
out.
I really appreciate that, Brad. Glad that you're enjoying the channel. Are you talking about the armory? Because the armory does not count as a castle. That is a fort, sir. It is a fort, and I've been in there, and it is lovely, and I wish kink.com was still stationed out of there.
Oh my god, what?
Okay, so I have a fun story.
Yes, I want to hear this.
I was working at a frame shop, and my boss at that frame shop was very good friends with the owner of kink.com. She is a lovely lady. And so they used to be in the armory. You know you know what the armory is in SF?
Yes.
Okay, so they used to be in that building. That's where their headquarters was. And they would host Halloween haunted, like, house style things in the armory every holiday season. And so one of the years, my boss invited me and my partner out to go there, and we did the haunted house tour, and it was very kinky. I loved it. There was a seance that we did, and like there were people tied up on like torture devices, and there were gallons and gallons and gallons of lube. It was amazing. Industrial like containers of lube. It was just beautiful.
That sounds
it was amazing.
So fun.
It was so cool. And then upstairs they had like this really cool party set up, and they had like, I mean, it's kink.com, so there was a bunch of like bondage stuff out there, and people were tied up
for
and
you
getting
to just
whipped.
go use and shit.
Yeah, it was awesome. We weren't allowed to like, they were with specific people, so we weren't able to go and like do things with them specifically, but we were all entertained and watching it.
Okay.
So we weren't able to quite do too much. I think if you like had bought fancier tickets and gotten to the private stuff, you may have been able to, but yeah.
So they don't do that anymore.
They don't. Well, they're not there
not there.
anymore. I don't even know if kink.com is even around anymore. Like if the business is still going. But like I know that they no longer are in the armory, which is a shame. Because it was perfect for them. I mean, it was literally like a dungeon, and I loved it.
So cool.
It was really cool. I actually think that the year we went was like the second to last year that they did it. They left shortly after that, which was a real big shame. But yeah, it was great. It was a really fun experience. Like, definitely something I will never forget.
I had a friend who went to a wedding in where was the venue? I can't remember where exactly this was, but the venue was this like dungeon, like sex dungeon, right?
That's
obviously.
great. Yeah.
Like, not a normal dungeon.
Not a boring, lame dungeon, but a sex dungeon. I got you.
Yeah. And like it wasn't obvious that this was where it was. Like you would have had to walk around like and go exploring in the
right. You would have had to
venue.
yeah.
And she like opened the door, and there was just like all this dungeon stuff and like this great like couch, and it was like, don't sit on this couch. And I was like, ew, what's in this couch?
More cool than your.
Oh God, quiet.
What is in this
Freaking
couch?
robot.
Theory.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I was like, I would have loved to be there with you at this wedding and like meet these people.
Oh, that
Chose
does
this
sound.
venue.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, no, Kink with the armory was super cool. I'm glad they didn't do more tours, and honestly,
Yeah.
Well, they ended up selling the building up, like, I think.
it was like a year or two after we did that. Like, I think they only did one more.
Yeah, I know they didn't survive long.
No,
Sure.
which is such a shame.
Yeah. A lot of businesses went
Didn't
by
survive.
the wayside. Yeah. That's when you guys kind of took off, right?
Yeah, we so Hobby Nights.
From 2012 to, or sorry, yeah, 2012 to 2022.
Yeah, and but the channel itself we started.
In 2020 in February.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, just before lockdown. So it was a pre-COVID thing, but we sort of were like. Well, we started this, and I was working for the game store at the time, and he was doing tech work and the game design work. And so we were like, well, I guess we have time now, because obviously
Right.
I wasn't able to do my job from home at that point because the business was physically not open. And we actually weren't set up fully for online sales yet even. Like, that was something the store
Right.
had actually just started doing. And so we were still in the process of building out the inventory in our online system
Oh my gosh.
when COVID hit. So we had to rush that. And so we eventually, when like things started to try, after the 2-week panic period and people started to try to open up again and start selling things, that's kind of when we started doing more things. But it took a little while and
Sure.
everything. But because I had some free time for a couple of
Right.
months, we really started investing in the channel. And yeah, that's when we sort of started exploring what yeah, we were doing.
Okay.
Exactly. That's exactly what we were doing. Because we're like, well, I have, I just wanted to get content out there and practice. Yep.
The store was closed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was working basically as a consultant. So we had time there.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then we just kind of kept going from there. And then eventually we both left our W-2 jobs. Which has been
is
really nice.
amazing.
Yeah, no, we're very, very blessed in that way. And I'm very grateful for it. It has been incredibly fun and very rewarding to be able to hang out with
I know.
everybody and chat
Love
and like
it.
share hobby projects, etc. All right, so it's in Port Townsend in Washington. Okay, it's haunted. That's really cool. I love haunted locations.
Did you know that the War of 1812 was actually fought with industrial quantities of lube?
I did not know that. That's
These history buffs know everything.
Yeah, they really do. They really do. I mean, I bet that's true.
I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it is.
It is the traditional projectile of the French Canadian.
Yeah.
Exactly. Some French Canadians in chat can dispute that, but I'm not going to
I
believe
don't
it.
think they will.
It's fine because I can speak French.
It's true. I also don't speak French,
Me neither.
despite being French.
Are you?
Yep, a little
Did you do
bit.
your 23andMe?
No, I have never done that. But I think my last name, I looked it up, and I think it derives from French. So I'm
Sure.
assuming I just made an assumption.
No.
I've never
Probably.
actually checked.
Don't
I
check.
didn't want to give my DNA to people.
That's fair. I get that.
I didn't either, but both my parents did it, so I know what mine is theoretically. Although I have wanted to do mine just to compare it against my parents and find out if
they're
it's all
lying.
BS.
They're lying.
If it's all just random.
I mean, I was always told growing up that we were very, very British. We came from Bradford, was the maiden name on my dad's side. And we did the 23andMe, and it's like, turns out we're most, as far as like white European heritage, we're mostly French from my dad's side.
Oh.
And he was like, oh, we're French? It's like classic.
How dare the French. Oui, oui.
I imagine he said this with a cigarette and a brain.
Yeah, he just suddenly the
All of a sudden, he's like, yeah.
Yes.
Like, where did this come from?
The Frenchness is overtaking me.
It turns black and white.
Oh my gosh, yes, perfect.
Silent film.
Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, they made some great silent films.
True. I mean, they're our oldest allies. I think the French are all right. I don't have a problem with them.
That's the only other country outside of England that I've been to, and I enjoyed it.
Were they nice to you? Did you speak a little French?
I spoke a very minimal amount of French, enough to get by and ask where the bathroom was, although I could not tell it to you now because it's
Right.
been years and it was a study abroad program and I immediately forgot it all as soon as it was over. But I did really enjoy going there, mostly because when we went to Paris, I found the coolest gallery, like, art dealer I've ever seen, because they had official Warhammer and Warhammer Fantasy Battles artwork.
That's cool.
Alongside a bunch of original art from like Mobius and a bunch of other BD artists from France, which is just their versions of comic books.
Okay.
But they're called bande dessinée.
Oh, okay.
So they're BD artists. And it was just so cool. Like I had never experienced a gallery like that where they just like, it was none of the really like, you know, iconic stuff. Like there was no Space Marine art, for example, in this gallery, but they had Tau, which was really cool to see because they were relatively new. So that was
Right.
neat. They had a bunch of like old Warhammer Fantasy Battles stuff. Like they had some Chaos stuff. If I recall correctly, there was like some dwarf artwork in there. And I think they even had some Skaven and Empire, I believe. But it was all back when Games Workshop would do like charcoal drawings as their codex
yes.
art.
I remember.
It was
seeing
that.
Okay.
In matte painting version. So it was all physical art. It was amazing.
That's cool.
Man, Slink, you've gotten to travel around a lot. Canada,
just-
Spain, Japan, Hong Kong, Guam, Singapore. Were you military? The only reason I ask is because Guam stood out to me because that's actually where I was born. Because I am a military brat and there's a base there, so I'm curious if that's why.
I finally applied for my passport yesterday.
Nice.
Yesterday? Yeah.
Have you never been outside the country before?
I've been to Canada and Mexico.
Okay.
But back before you needed the passport.
Got it.
So I never needed one.
Got it. Makes sense.
Popping that cherry. So I'm going to commit.
Yeah.
I'm going to commit to going to the UK in 2025.
Are you gonna go to UK Game Expo, or are you going for
just-
other things?
Nah, just to go.
Just to go.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Like, what would make sense for me to go there for event wise?
I didn't know if it was pure. I didn't know if this was a pure vacation travel or if this was a work. And by work, I mean hobby related work.
Yeah, it could also be my work related work if I played my cards right, but that's hard to
Get
I'm
the business to pay
here's
for the trip to
business
England.
Reason why I have to be there in person, even though I make a big deal out of working from home. Like, well, I need to be in the time zone, of course.
Of course. I mean, it's an 8-hour difference.
We need to train these people. These people in the UK don't know how to do their jobs. So
Obviously.
gotta send me.
Obviously. Cass asks, "Are you guys coming to the UK?"
That's what I'm
Literally talking about. Maybe he asked that before.
Yeah.
I just saw it. Sorry, I think I just saw it, and he may have
Yeah,
asked
yeah.
it as you were already talking about it.
I definitely want to go to Nottingham. I mean, of course, like I want to go there and see the hobby nerd stuff.
Now, I was gonna say, isn't
I just may or
Nottingham
may not
where
be-
the Games
that's
Workshop
their-
like main store
yeah.
is? Yeah.
So, yes, I just don't know if I want to go there for a specific event. I don't know if I care that much. There's a lot of like fans over there that I'd like to meet, and we have mods over there that I'd like to meet. And why else do I want to go? I guess I just like, if I'm gonna the first time I travel,
You speak
abroad,
the language.
I want to speak the language. I want to be able to read the signs.
I understand. Like that's actually
Like,
I mean,
and then I'll see how I feel. Like,
yeah,
where I want to go next.
I get you. I completely get that because like I'm the same way as like. The only reason I did the France trip was specifically because my school was taking us there, and I was like, well, hell yeah, I'll pay some tuition and go to another country and do a study abroad program. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. But then the only other time we've traveled is because of Chaos Cultist work, and it took us to England because he was there for a convention. And it was really nice because I was able to go play tourist the entire time while he was stuck on his feet working. And so I went and did a bunch of like, I went to the British Museum because I fucking love mummies and I needed to see the collection that they had that they stole. But I went to that. I also went to one of the really famous churches that was there that you can go up into the very top. Was it what was it called? English people, what is the in London? There's a church where like I think the Queen was married, or possibly Diana was married, or something like that.
I don't know what saint the cathedral name is.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Saint George.
It may have been Saint George. That sounds correct, but now I'm like I don't want to like.
Well, that's like the Catholic patron saint, so I don't think that is for the Church of England.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so somebody who's there, let me know if you guys know the answer. But I went there and it was really cool because the thing that makes it neat, in my opinion, is you can go up to the very, very top of the spire at the top, and it is the narrowest, most terrifying stairwell.
It's a medieval staircase.
Because it's St. Paul's. Yes. So you're ready. You're absolutely correct. It was St. Paul's. It was St. Paul's Cathedral. It was gorgeous. I'm not a super like religious person, but I really like religious architecture a lot.
Yeah,
it's
they
amazing.
put so much money into
the
it.
ceiling was so cool.
Yeah.
Like the ceiling was just so epic looking. And then we got to go up to the top, and the view of the city from that location was really neat because you got to see a mix of all of the like old stuff, like the old part of London, and then the new part of London, which was just kind of weird to watch or to see because it goes from like a bunch of glass and metal to a bunch of like brick and stone. And it's really neat to see. And I'm sure that's like probably a big thing for like Londoners who maybe don't like all of the modern stuff coming in if you're not into that as much. But I thought it was a neat transition.
Yeah.
And I like seeing the layers that are London's history from that vantage point. Like it was a really, really, really neat experience. And then the other main thing that we did is we went to the Tower of London, which was really cool. I went once by myself, and then I took Chaos Cultist one of the times because he did have a little bit of free time, and that was like right by where we were staying. So we went back to it, and I loved the armory collection there. There was actually Are you familiar with Stargate?
Oh, yeah.
And Stargate Atlantis?
I'm familiar with Stargate Atlantis, but I haven't watched the show.
Okay.
I just saw the movie.
So you know the P-30s? Is that what?
P90.
P-90. You know the P-90, like the standard gun that they are always using in those shows? So they have one from the show.
Oh.
I don't remember what the reasoning was. Like there was a plaque talking about it, but it literally mentioned Stargate in the Tower of London. And I was just like, what is this?
That's so funny.
It makes sense because I'm pretty sure the P90 is an Israeli firearm, so I don't even know why it's in the.
Yeah, I don't know either, but like I thought it was so funny, and when I went, I had like recently finished. I think wasn't that around the time where we had like wrapped up rewatching Stargate Atlantis again or something like that. We were watching it again, or we had started watching again, so it was really relevant to me, and I just thought it was so funny to see that gun there. Amongst all of the medieval collections. Like that was the thing. It was like there were spears and a bunch of armor and
It's Belgium.
it's Belgium, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do great night events at the tower. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, I have not ever had like grand plans of travel. Like in general, my whole life. I've never
Kind of a more homebody
been
person.
like I just haven't I like road trips. Like I do that a lot.
Yeah.
But like traveling abroad was never on my radar. Like, oh, I need to do this before I die. Like,
Yeah.
and so I don't know what I want to see.
That's fair.
Like I'm kind of just open to like, where do people want to take me?
No, I completely get that. I completely get that.
Yeah.
Well, there's also so much. Like when you go, like that's one of the things is like in the US, I feel like you can plan or like decide on a select number of things to do when you're doing a road trip because there's only so much interesting actual stuff to do on a road trip.
Yeah.
If you're trying to
mostly
do
driving.
Yeah, especially even if you're doing the stops, like you know how we have all the like brown stop signs, which or not stop signs, but like markers that are indicating historical landmarks and such. Like even if you were to stop and do that, like all of our landmarks are boring.
For the most part.
For the most part. Like there's not like a huge amount of like and outside of the really cool like Grand Canyon. Like I'm not talking about like the natural landmarks. I'm talking about like here's the house
crossed through this passage.
Here's a random cannon left over from the Civil War.
Right.
That's marked as a landmark. You can go see it, etc. And it's protected by like state and or federal laws, etc. Because the land's owned by them or whatever. And so like those I find to be a little bit more less interesting, I guess, than what you might do if you were like traveling abroad in another country.
Yeah.
Because there's suddenly so much more to see. It's so overwhelming. Like, how do you even... You gotta really... Either you gotta go in with the idea that you're talking about, where you're just like, I'm gonna go in and just, like, let people take me around and just plan on visiting people and letting them plan the day trips. Or you gotta, I feel like, go in with, like, a hardcore plan of, like, this is what I want to see, and if I don't see this, I'll cry.
Yeah. And I don't have that list. It's really like, I want to see these people or I'm going to cry.
See, I think,
like,
and I think that's,
I
think that sounds fun because then you can let the people be like, what do
Just
they
take
think?
me.
Yeah, take you
wherever you want.
What do they find
you.
the most interesting about their own, like where they live?
Yeah.
I think Tactile Sun asked, what type of brushes are you using?
I saw that and I was like, I know it starts with a T. So like, can, Brett, you might know what my brushes are called. If Zach's around, you might remember. These are the brushes that come in those, I know, right?
I'm sorry, I just saw Brett's comment about the country's largest ball of twine begs to differ. Sir,
Yeah.
I don't want to see a big ball of twine or a big rubber band ball, okay? Like, I mean, I will, but it's not like the most, like, it's not a castle. It's not a castle.
It's true, it's not.
What if
It's
we
a ball
threw
of
the
twine.
giant rubber band ball at the castle?
Can I catapult it? Because that would be sick and I would do it. Okay, see, there you go. Problem solved.
It starts with a T. They come in this like tube. It's like a purple tube with tigers on it. I cannot remember what it's
Purple
called.
tube
Purple
with
tube with tigers. Yeah,
Purple
paint
tube
brushes. And then I have some Artist Opus. A couple of those. This is a brush I got when I was in undergrad. And it's still good. I still like it. It's a size 6. Zen, Royal, and Lang Nickel. And it's great. It's holding up. So I use that for like my like bigger base color areas. And then I just have this
Is it this? The
cheap 20
Teclon?
20. Yeah, Teclon. Thank you.
Teclon Tiger brushes.
Teclon.
That is a really cool looking like piece of art.
The art on their containers is sweet, and they do like I think we bought it for the dry brushes primarily. They have a dry brush set.
Yeah, that's actually the one that showed up here,
perfect,
which looks really cool.
It's a great set of brushes, I think.
Yeah, no, they look really cool. The tiger makes me think of going back to European artists, the French artists that worked on Black Sad. If you guys are familiar with that, like anthropomorphic detective story, it's a really cool one. Black Sad, yeah.
Okay.
Literally BLACKSAD. I think it's one word, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
They did do translations of it in English, so you can like read it in English, but it's a French comic originally. But it's a really, really cool. I think they made I don't know how it did. I don't know if it actually came out, but they were working on like a video game based on it too.
Right.
So
it's pretty sweet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Havman asks, what if someone made a castle out of the biggest ball of twine?
Then you kill 2 birds.
Bouncy castle.
Would you do it, Angela? Would you do it? You into it?
Okay,
Twine castle?
I mean, ooh, I do like the idea of the rubber band ball being turned into a bouncy castle. That would be cool. Would I go into a castle made of twine? I don't think so. I think I'd want to set it on fire like the big bad wolf.
Oh, wow.
Like, I feel like
Aggressive.
my pyro urges would come out. I'd look at it and be like, that looks flammable as fuck. And then I would need to light it on fire. I've killed Meg, everybody. I'm sorry.
I just realized that you said you were a pyro, and I was like, oh, that's super funny. You just want to set things on fire.
I mean, only if they're made of twine.
I love that, though. When my kid's sister was very, very little, she, like, set some trash on fire in her room.
Amazing.
Very little bit of trash. And
Yeah.
my parents...
Flipped out?
We all took a family trip to the fire department, and they pulled out books of dead, crispy bodies to show my sister and scare her straight.
That is actually amazing.
I felt...
Episode 3 of the Acolyte.
Oh my god, that is what they should have done after episode 3 of The Acolyte.
Gone to the fire station.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it showed them what happens to people when
what happens when you do this.
when you do this, and then people become on fire.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think that implies the fire department just has this.
You guys should check it out.
They have a PowerPoint ready for this.
My parents probably called them and they're like, listen, our kid is going the wrong direction in life. She's setting her trash on fire. What can we do? And they're like, don't worry, we've got it.
Thankfully, I never did that. I did set some fires, but it was always in a controlled environment. I made sure that my father always let me set like the campfire up. Like that's what it was.
like
It was not.
normal
I was not actually trying to burn my house down. Thankfully.
I remember when I took 3D design at SCAD, I ended up burning at least 3 of my projects as part of the art pieces.
I mean,
on
that's
purpose.
pretty metal.
Okay.
I like
On
that.
purpose.
I like
It's
that.
Did you know that rubber cement burns blue?
I did not
Yes.
know that rubber
Today
cement
I
burns
learned.
blue. Okay, now you've made me want to try burning some rubber cement.
Do
'Cause
not
I want
burn
to.
rubber
it.
cement.
Let's find out what happens.
Hobby Night does not recommend
not
burning.
condone.
We do not condone the burning of rubber cement.
Neither does Hobby Collab.
Slink, you were on fire once. I mean, you were in the Navy, so I could believe that.
I mean,
Are you okay?
I've been
You've been on. Why were you on fire?
Why?
because the musket went off next to me.
A
and set
musket?
my-
He used to work at Colonial Williamsburg. That
What?
is
So cool.
yeah. So Chaos Cultist, one of his early
My
jobs.
college.
Yeah, well, his college job was working
Like
at
a
Colonial.
casual musket.
Yes.
He
my
worked in
God.
the armory department. He got to fire cannons. It's actually why he's
What?
deaf in one ear,
Not definitely.
or
Worth
had
it.
hard hearing,
it.
hard of hearing in one ear.
I worked at the magazine for a number of
That's
seasons,
amazing.
where I did maintenance, demonstrations, lessons, etc. for 6-pound cannons, 3-pound cannons, brown bess muskets, a few rifles and carbines, but I never fired those. But mostly I got to yell at children and tourists all day.
Fun.
And tell them how wrong they were about so many things.
Yeah, the great thing about being like
Stop touching that.
being in character and the drill sergeant is you just get to like look up what are probably inappropriate insults that no one quite understands to call like dads.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Insults.
Lovely.
Hidden insults. I love that.
Colonial insults.
Even better. I love Colonial Williamsburg.
Have you been?
I went as a kid, like in middle
Nice.
school. I went with my family. We did a East Coast trip, and I was pretty miserable on the trip. But
Oh yeah.
like, cause I
It-
was not expecting the heat and the wet, like the
Oh, yeah.
moisture
It's
in
a
the
swamp.
air.
It's a swamp.
It was a swamp, and I was like, I don't want to leave the hotel room. I don't care what's going on. But then I
was in
would.
that city.
Good night, Hunt. Have a great rest of your
Hunt.
evening. Also,
Right.
Tim, to answer your question,
Oh, Rogue.
no, I have not specifically tried Rogue Hobbies paints yet.
neither.
I've seen all of her adverts for them, and I've seen because isn't she doing that with
Is it Peachy? I don't know.
Well, Peachy
I'm
also
actually
is doing one, but no, like I'm trying to remember the paint company that's doing it, isn't it? No, it's Monument. It's Monument
It's like
Hobbies.
her line.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's Monument Paints.
Yes,
but her
and so
colors.
they have a variety of colors. I haven't picked it up. I mean, to be fair, they're definitely colors I would use. I just haven't
Sure.
grabbed them yet.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
We always joke about that. Like, when are we gonna get our sponsored colors? Like, what would our colors be?
An entire line of purple. It's just
that
all
would be
shades of purple.
great. Oh my god, I have an eyeshadow palette that you need to buy. It's all purple.
I believe it.
glitter.
I have multiple eyeshadow palettes that
Yeah,
are
I
just
know,
purple.
so that's amazing. Okay, then you've probably already got it. Shoot.
Is it
Yeah,
Color
yeah.
Forge? What do you mean? Is that the company that she's doing with? I thought it was
Color
Monument.
Forge? Oh, it's not Monument? Okay.
Well, no, she's selling it
Maybe it's
via
both. Maybe she's
Monument
doing
Hobbies.
both? Oh,
Maybe.
okay.
Maybe that's just the retails.
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't know.
Clarify.
Soups.
Clarify your use of the word color with a U, you British
British
guy. I actually really like using color with a U, and it drives some people crazy.
You know, I like spelling gray with an E.
Is that the difference?
That's the
Is it the British version?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it
An
was.
E. Ours is A.
I knew there was a difference. I didn't realize it was the British and English spellings of it. I thought it was one was the color and one was like a name.
I don't know. You guys tell us.
Yeah, is
But I know that when we translate,
they are made by
things-
Monument? Okay, cool. We were
Okay,
correct.
We were right. Like, because why wouldn't we be right?
Oh, they're pro acrylic. Sorry, it's pro acrylic made by Monument. No, we're still correct.
We're still right.
We're still
We're
correct.
still right here.
We just
are
it's
not
just
letting this
there's
go.
layers.
Somehow it's all owned by BlackRock at the end of the day.
Oh god.
Pretty much, probably,
No,
yeah.
stop. Nothing
I
matters.
worked in a BlackRock building for 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Havman, are you checking out for the evening? You heading out?
Oh.
Having a great time watching two absolutely beautiful ladies who are incredibly talented. Also for the hard work. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
That's
you.
really sweet.
Yes. We really appreciate it, and Chaos Cultist appreciates it as well. He does work really hard for me.
Wow.
Yes, you do. You do. You do.
In
He's
small bursts.
it's still very hard. We didn't say it was for a long period of time.
In bursts.
In bursts.
I'm painting something for 4 days and then I'll edit it in a day. So
Exactly.
I feel I'm always like,
That's the part I don't want to do is edit.
Same.
I'm like, can I just paint and you guys
Same.
take care of the rest?
I don't edit anything except my Instagram reels occasionally. But even then, if they have text in them and they look more polished, they were likely edited by Chaos Cultist. Yeah, also if they were on if you see them also on YouTube, they were definitely edited by Chaos Cultist. Although I have given you No, I haven't. Have I given you one? Oh yeah, I did give you one. It didn't do well.
Night, Tim.
Good night, Tim. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, it's
Gray
just
is British, changing stuff so that they can
feel special.
be
What does it say?
special. Gray is
Yeah.
it is US. Okay, so yeah, your the E is British and the A is US. I did not know that. I thought it was genuinely a different type of thing.
Chris, well, I just spit out my drink and nearly choked. I missed that. Why?
Why? Yeah. What
we
did
say?
we?
do?
What
happened?
joke did we make accidentally that made you die? Because it wasn't intentional.
We,
whatever
we did not mean
I
to
said,
kill you.
I was not actually intentionally trying to be funny, but sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Angela, the reason I use British spelling all the time is because when I did all of the casino work,
Yeah, you were doing a lot of stuff with like
we wrote everything in
British?
in British
In
English
British.
because most of the players were in Canada or the UK,
Right.
And they use that spelling.
And Americans can read.
We can figure it out.
Yeah.
We know that those extra vowels
We'll get
are
there.
silly, but mean
Whereas I
something.
think that the British customers actually react more poorly to American spellings than vice versa.
Yeah, because they're British. We actually Soups is coming out to visit the weekend after July 4th, which is amazing. So he's gonna be on the hobby show, and I'm trying to think of good segments for us to do where we make fun of him for being British. Essentially.
I mean,
fair. It's
I mean,
July-
now you
Independence
just
Day
Take something
weekend.
from like the Revolutionary War games, like one of those like smoke and powder games.
Oh yeah, exactly.
A
bunch
Black
of red
Powder
coats.
games. Yes.
I would love that.
You have to you just have to constantly be dressed as I almost said Civil War,
No.
but it's not. Why do I keep
Red-
revolutionary?
No. Oh, him. Yeah.
No, you need
No,
to be
me,
you
no.
need to be dressed as American revolutionaries. 11.
I actually did the wrong thing here. I should have bought like something American,
And
but I
you
didn't.
brought British stuff.
I was like, I'm gonna dress up like Ginger Spice.
Yes.
So I bought a
Dude,
Union
look,
Jack.
yesterday, there's a bunch
Union
of
Jack.
tacky USA stuff. You can get him like a USA cowboy hat.
Oh my God! Yes, yes, and you can deck him out in U.S.
Yes.
Well, they're both red, white, and blue.
Yes.
They're both red, white, and blue.
We won the colors. We had a war.
They're ours now. Damn it.
Yes. Okay, we have to find him a cowboy.
Yes, but a star-spangled one.
They have the target.
Yeah, right now because the 4th of July, they have them at Target. So you're Soup. I hope you're ready.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm pointing at my computer. You
Yes,
can't see
Soups.
that. Soups, you better be ready for a star-spangled hat. If she doesn't get you one, I'm going to get you one. What size is your head? Do you have a big head or do you have a small head? I need to know in case they're not
I'm
universal
pretty sure
sizes.
one size fits all.
Okay, well, I'm going to get a small one so that you can look like Kurt Angle in that scene with, who was it? Who had the cowboy hat?
Stone Cold.
Thank you. Stone Cold. Like that scene with Stone Cold and Kurt Angle where they were both wearing cowboy hats, but Kurt's was exceptionally small.
Kurt was trying to connect with Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Texas Rattlesnake, and so he went out and found
bought a cowboy hat.
He got a cowboy hat that he got the best one he could find under short notice. But
Which was like a costume shop one that didn't fit his head correctly.
So when Soups and I are on stream together, he has to talk with like a Western accent, and I have to try to do British, and I
Oh, good luck with
can't
that.
do it.
I
I
can't-
can't fucking do it.
I would not be able to do that
It'd
at
be a
all.
mess.
It'll
Oh,
be fun.
man. Yeah, I love this. I love these ideas. Keep them coming. I would not have thought of the cowboy hat on my own.
Just complete, just star-spangled everywhere.
Yeah.
He says he has a medium-sized head, which is way too small for his huge ego.
Cass, earlier you asked if you were a mod. You're gonna have to ask Soups. This isn't up to me.
There you go.
He's in charge of that.
He's
I put him in charge of that so I don't have to be.
She doesn't want to think about it.
I don't want to worry about it. You guys work that out on your own. I did that very sloppily. I'll have to go paint some more.
Oh, it's okay. I've been going back and correcting a bunch of errors.
Yeah.
I've ruined my beautiful
Contrast.
title lines.
Right. That's what I was noticing. I'm like, oh, I have to go back in here and repanel line a lot of this anyway.
Yeah.
But
A little
that's
bit of
fine.
cleanup. I do think we are going to go ahead and probably end the stream in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
I think we'll wrap it up at 7. I don't know about you, but I'm getting hungry.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I have dinner
actually,
plans after
I didn't
this.
ask prior, but did you want to go? We have a couple like really good Asian places around. Did you want to get food with us afterwards, or did you want to head back
Oh,
home immediately?
Maybe I had dinner plans tonight. We have a coworker
well,
in town.
Then by all
and I
means,
was
by
gonna
all
go.
means. No, I don't want to
I
keep
feel
you from
so
that.
bad.
No,
go get
no. I sprung it on you, dude. I sprung it on you. I didn't even ask prior to you coming over, so it's totally fine. We'll do
Next
we'll-
time,
yeah,
next time. Yeah.
next time. It's not like we're not going to be able to hang out more. We both live really
live
close
very
by.
close.
We're moving.
We're still close by. We're in the same state, a city
We're
away.
in the same state.
Yes, we're in California. We're not moving. We're not moving to like.
There's people who are like, oh, I'm going to LA. Can I go
I know.
visit San Francisco pretty after? No.
We'll randomly get people asking if they can go to Disneyland, and we're like, have fun. We won't be there. We're gonna be like several
Right?
states away, basically. The equivalent, anyway.
I don't think Cass likes the answer that he has to
No,
ask
he
Soups.
doesn't. Yeah, because it's not up to me, Cass. It's Soups' server, not mine. Told you this.
Happen, that is not a proper dinner. Oreo cookies and coffee are not a dinner.
Ooh, it sounds great though.
I mean, it does. I don't, not the coffee part. I don't drink coffee. I'll switch it with tea. But the Oreo cookies I will give
Yeah.
you are delicious. But yeah, I don't think that's a proper dinner.
Yeah, we don't condone improper dinners here.
You should get a balanced meal of meat, cheese, and vegetables.
Maybe get a car.
Maybe get some carbs in there.
But most importantly, meat.
Meat is very important. You'll need to talk to HR. Soups is saying that Cassie's talked to HR.
Soups,
it doesn't
you're
know
a
why
liar. Soups is a liar. I told the mods many months ago, listen, I don't care what you do. You're the mods. You're king.
You're
Mods
king.
are king.
There you go.
So figure it out. Help out our friend Cass. Give him an answer.
Okay, I had a burger yesterday though. I'm not gonna do a burger again. I can't do burgers twice in a row. I'll die.
Who suggested burger?
Chris,
Yeah, thanks, Chris. He knows how I feel about burgers.
do you not like burgers? Are you not a
Oh.
burger person, or are you a burger connoisseur?
I'm quite the opposite. I wouldn't call myself a connoisseur either, because I'll just eat any fucking burger you give me. I love burgers.
You love burgers?
I don't like well done.
Okay, well that's because like
'Cause
who eats well done burgers? If you
Monster.
eat your mother,
Somebody did not love you growing up.
it just adds to the reason. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, regardless, burgers are delicious. I went to Red Robin for like the first time in
A long time.
years.
20
Yeah.
years.
Like 20 years. For the
How
first time.
nostalgic.
It was actually, and
I think
I feel kind of bad saying it because I don't like. It doesn't feel proper, but I really liked it. It was
That's
such a good
good.
burger.
it's the best sit-down restaurant experience we have had in like 5 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like I like it was a really good sit down experience. Like the waiter was super friendly, and I got their classic. Like, if for those of you who are not familiar with Red Robin, they classically are known for a single burger with cheese, a variety of like vegetables and stuff on it, which I of course had them remove because I don't like lettuce on my burgers or tomatoes on my burgers or onions on my burgers. I know.
Liberty. We
I
gotta
am
tell our friend Liberty. Soups, remember that one. Okay. Because he also does not like,
onions.
one of the fans
She doesn't like salad.
does not like.
I don't like
lettuce,
salad on my
tomatoes.
meat.
Yeah, okay.
I don't like a salad on my meat,
Interesting.
but I love egg
Egg
on
okay.
my burgers. And
You're
the-
like a
it-
protein girl.
I'm a protein girl. And so it's because I work out a lot. Ugh, look at these guns. No, it's not actually a lot. It's like 3 times a week for maybe like 30 minutes. But I got their classic, which has an egg on top, like a sunny side up egg. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, sunny side. I don't know why I make them literally every day, but I forgot. A sunny side up egg, and then a patty, some cheese,
yeah.
sauce, of course, and then like.
Do they still do bottomless fries?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh my
great.
god.
'Cause
They
that's
do bottomless
my
like
favorite
everything. Like all of their sides.
Bottomless
are-
burgers?
No, well, okay, not the burgers, but they do bottomless like fries. They do bottomless salads if you want. Like half of their menu
I
is
haven't been
bottomless.
there in so long. I didn't even know. I thought it was like a Johnny Rockets style.
Right.
It's not like a. Oh, I went in. I didn't know it was like Chili's level of restaurant. So
Yeah,
I
he
think
thought it was gonna be like counter service, and we were gonna have to go up
So
and like
the
order.
menu
Oh,
had, like,
okay.
a really nice waiter, and my food was. I had like some of the best fish and chips I've had in like forever.
Oh.
All the British people are gonna be like, "You didn't have real fish and chips."
I know
bro."
I didn't. Okay, I've had real fish and chips in England, but still, these were
I
still very
understand.
good for America. And it was just the most like. It's stupid because it's a chain restaurant.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The guy was really nice. You know, it's near where we're hoping to move, so I'm
That's
optimistic.
good.
Yeah, and we're like, "Oh great, now I'm gonna have a place that I'm gonna go eat way too many burgers on." It's so good, right, Darren? I love an egg on a burger. Like if that is like you want to get me to eat a burger with a bunch of other stuff on it that I don't normally like,
Put an
put an
egg
egg on it, and I will shove it into my mouth. I also tried avocado actually for the first time while we were there.
Like avocado in
like
general?
avocado in general. I've never had
Wow.
avocado before, and I tried it for the first time. It was actually really
You liked
fresh.
it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I was like, I still don't think I prefer it in its mashed, like its pureed form, like
Sure.
where it's
Like
completely
guacamole?
mushy. Yeah, like I don't think I would necessarily eat it as guacamole, but
Chunky.
as chunky, like semi-mushed stuff
Yeah.
with chips and salsa.
John.
Holy cow!
Hi, John McCardle.
Oh my gosh, John, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. That is amazing.
Good to
Thank
see
you
you.
so very, very much.
We
we really appreciate that.
To the internet. I was gonna say he's ours, but he's really not ours. He belongs.
He belongs to the internet.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. Thank you. Thank
So-
you. Oh my gosh,
Nice.
look at all those, look at those 20 people getting gifted subs. Thank you so very, very much. I really, really appreciate that. That means a lot
Great.
to me.
Oh, maybe that's why I had a membership.
Maybe
Oh yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe you got added in on like one of the gifted subs or something.
Yeah, granted one. Yeah.
I found when before we started the stream, I was checking chat, and Chaos Cultist under one of his first accounts responded, and it had a star next to it because he was a subscribed. I'm like, I asked him like, wait, have you subscribed to our own channel? Are we paying ourselves? And he's like, yes. Maybe so maybe it's not that. Maybe it's
Like something I would do.
it does seem like something you would do. Poached egg sandwich, yes.
Okay.
I will eat it. I will eat eggs. I like eggs as
That's
well.
a bold statement. Are you sure you're willing to stand by it?
Not all eggs.
Okay. What kind do you not like?
There is an egg in like an Asian dish, I think, that's
1,000-year.
yes, that's like rotten.
yeah, no thanks.
And I don't want that. I don't fermented, sorry, it's not rotten, it's fermented, but I don't want fermented eggs.
Yeah, no.
But like cooked eggs, yes. Scrambled, over easy, in an eggs Benedict, I'll eat it. Love it. All right, well, I think
It's time to end.
it's time to end
You're
it.
like-
My nose.
You're like, Megan
yes,
just
let's-
squirted out a new color. What is she doing?
Oh no! You've scored out a new color. Let's keep going.
No. I'm just
Are you-
gonna. I was realizing like, oh, I didn't add any orange, and I said I would. So
Oh well, yeah. We
I just
have to.
wanted to
We
add,
also
like,
we also need to check in and see how they turned out, like where
one
we
or
got
two,
to.
yeah.
You
So
you
there
did
we go.
so
I'll
much
stop.
more work than I did.
I'll stop there.
I love. Okay.
Well, I'm figuring it out.
Can you
tap
the Yeah. There you go. There it goes. Look at her majestic mech. No, legitimately, I think it's coming along great.
He's cute.
He is cute, and I like the panels that you've blocked out for other colors. Like genuinely, I think it's gonna look good. I
Okay.
really like what you're doing on the carriage there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Like that, I think that's gonna look awesome.
I keep looking at it and debating like, do I need more panels colored or less? Like back and forth. And I'm like, I don't know if I like the metal here. Whatever. But this is my first mech.
Yeah, no, I think
So
it's looking good.
it's like a good practice robot.
Totally,
for
and
me,
it's
yeah.
nice to work on some of the bigger ones sometimes, because like
Yeah.
then you get to see how the panels actually break up. So when you're looking at the smaller ones, you're like, oh, I see what they were trying to do there.
Yeah, it's way harder than I anticipated. Like,
Yeah,
there's just a tyranny of choice of panels. And I'm like, what do I do now? Which ones will look good and which ones won't?
I know,
Anyways,
right?
yours is beautiful.
Oh, I barely did anything. I
But
put
still.
some teal paint on it, and
It
then I
looks so
talked
striking
mostly.
that way, though.
I do like it. I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for any type of blue green mixed with white. Like
Yeah.
I've realized that really speaks to me in a weird way, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's
It
very
looks nice.
basic, but it looks good.
It's like it's very like bold looking.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it. I really like what you're
Cool.
doing with yours.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Here, let me switch us back to our big hi. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on today's hobby collab stream.
It was
I'm
so fun.
stealing your name for a moment.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun. I absolutely love having Meg on the channel. I enjoy hanging out with her and chatting with her. So if you guys want to see her back, make sure to give this live stream a like. And let me know down in the comments.
Put it in the
what-
comments.
yes, what you
Feed
guys
the algorithm.
feed the algorithm, help us out, and then also let us know in the future when we do more collabs, what would you like to see us paint?
Yeah.
What subjects would you like to see us cover potentially? Because I feel like between the two of us, there's a lot we can talk about. There's a
There
lot of
is,
different things
yeah.
we can paint. So please do let us know down in the comments what you'd like to see in the future so that we can continue to collab and do other things and just bring the girl power to the hobby. I love it. It's so fun, and
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for being here. To everybody in chat, to everybody who gifted subs today, who tipped, all of you guys are amazing. Everybody that was lurking and just hanging out, enjoying
too.
our pleasure, or our
Enjoying our pleasure.
enjoying our pleasure. I don't know how to talk anymore. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I've done so
I
much
enjoyed our
filming today.
pleasure, too.
I enjoyed our talking pleasure as well. Listen, I'm Slanesh sometimes takes over.
They just did the
and I can't
fashion
control
focus,
it.
so it makes sense that it's top of mind for you.
Meg understands me.
It's fair.
Meg does understand me, and I appreciate her for that. And you guys should all appreciate her for that, which is why you should go follow her on all the social medias where she is
Sure.
active. Instagram, you can find her there. Also, the Hobby Collab channel has an Instagram as well. So if you guys are wanting to keep up with what they're doing, please make sure to go follow them there. Also on YouTube, you can find the Hobby Collab at the Hobby Collab on YouTube. Just Google it, not Google
Yeah.
it. YouTube search it.
Whatever.
You use those search engines, and you'll find it. You'll find them, and you'll be very excited because they're wonderful people. All right,
We're all
I'm going.
So are you.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to stop rambling now, as I normally do to conclude all of my live streams, and send you guys on a lovely farewell. Have a very wonderful hobby night, everybody, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.